I know a Starbucks cup when I see it. What are you drinking? Caramelized coffee with lots of caramel and milk. As I gleek. This is fine. Did I get coffee in my hair? No, we're okay. We're fine. Got in my hand. We're good. Starbucks detector. But yeah, so let's switch on over to the new screen. Let's do it. Yeah. Hey. So, this is the new screen. So I'm bigger. And then also, you can see the article without me being in the way. So, hi Eco. It's a whatever size caramel frap with 6 pumps of caramel extra on fan light ice. It's 9 pumps because it's a venti. Grandes have 6. Thanks, Stardust. I only saw one recently. Gotcha. Google within the few hours put out at the notice that it was not their opinion. Oh. Well, F. Do I have any coffee in my hair? No, we're fine. Thank you, Kat. Kat is drinking coffee-flavored caramel. I mean, basically. I have such a guilty pleasure spot with SCP articles. They're so good! Most of the time. Most of the time. You're keeping me company while I frantically do schoolwork before tonight? Good luck, Eco. Eco's gonna have to play Resident Evil 7 on Kita's channel tonight. Poor Eco. Hope you feel better soon. Oh, I just heard you were sick too. How are you both feeling? Are you both feeling better at least? Your internet's wonky. Oh no. Size-wise, it's a venti. I don't have Starbucks problem either. I feel like death. Oh no. Kita's better though. Oh my god, I'm giving you guys hugs. Oh no. Eco. Oh no. This layout looks cute. Thank you. Maybe we'll do readings in the future or whatnot. Maybe more SCPs. I don't know. I like doing SCPs because there's fucking 6,000 of them. We'll never get through them all. But, yeah. Who knows? Hi, EDT. Hi, Greta. Happy Halloween, guys. All American sizes look gigantic to me. That's fair, Fender. They are big sizes, so. All the energy. I'm playing RE7 will make you and dead in game as well. Yeah. Suppose feeling like death is appropriate for the Day of the Dead? Yeah, but it's having a cold sucks. Thanks, Greta. America is just big in general. I mean, true. Everything is. You have no choice. But yeah, so we're going to start with SCP-5000. And then while we're doing SCP-5000, how long is this? It's lengthy. It's lengthy. No! Nope. Nope. Okay. Blame Fender. He sent it to me. So, but only enter in the raffle for doing an SCP. Only do that if, and I'm gonna not use a timer. Hi, baby. Happy Halloween.
Halloween. It's gonna take you like a year to read SCP-5000.
River said it's gonna take me a year to read SCP-5000. F, only enter the, well, maybe once we get closer to the end of the SCP, I'll do the raffle. But only enter the raffles if you guys know you're gonna be here when I select the winner, so that way we're not waiting for someone to answer. Hi.
It also links to a bunch of other SCPs, so you have to know.
River said it links to a bunch of other SCPs, so I have to know what those are. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to all the other SCPs and reading other SCPs. I might like click on it just to like look at the picture, but that's it. I don't know, blame Fender. I thought you'd like a nice long one to start with, said Fender. So people had time to be organized. That's true. Did I fuck up? Oh no. No, you didn't fuck up. River's just making fun of the fact it's really long. River just fucking woke up. And also never told me what ones were the bad ones. She didn't help at all. Did you just say they're all bad? God damn it. SCP-J are always a treat. Oh, those are the joke ones, I know. I was gonna suggest, Kat, you can put the soundtrack on playlist and then remove that one song. True, but this is giving the, I don't know. I guess that would be giving them things too. But. It's too late. SCP-5004 is absolutely hilarious. I don't know if I know that one. Can't you remove that one song from the playlist or quickly make a custom one without it? It won't be quick. I'm just gonna skip it. It's no problem. I did that last year. I'll do it this year. I can find one to replace 5000? No, it's fine. We're reading 5000. We're here. All right. So we'll have a nice long one to start. Give people organized, look at the list, and pick out SCPs they like. So you guys ready? Okay. Okay. It is my stripping name. Okay, you've seen oversimplified SCP comic, which is a simplified version of SCP with some international SCP in the mix. I have not. I don't know a lot of SCPs, so I won't enter. That's fair. That's up to you. Cat says tradition. I mean, what? We did start off with the IKEA one, and that was really long, too. This is Cat's life now, yes. You should check out the comment. Hey, send it on me. Send it through Twitter. All right, so SCP-5000. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. 5000 is to be kept in a deactivated state within a standard storage unit located at Site 22. All files and intelligence retrieved from SCP-5000 are to be stored on a secure server, with backups available upon request from the archival department. Description: 5000 is a non-functional mechanical suit identified within its internal schematics as an absolute exclusion harness designed by the SCP Foundation. Although 5000 is believed to have once possessed a number of anomalous functions intended to protect and benefit its occupant, damage inflicted to it in the past means that it is currently only capable of basic file storage. For a record of files contained within 5000 upon recovery, see Archive 5000-1, which is this. 5000 first appeared in a flash of light within SCP-579. Did it switch? It did. Keter! Compound located approximately main site. Okay. So, information for you guys. It first appeared in a flash of light within 579's containment chamber at Site 62C on December 4th, 2020, containing a corpse genetically identical to Foundation employee Pietro Wilson. Pietro Wilson is currently employed at exclusionary Site 06 and Nestic, I don't know how to pronounce that, therapy has confirmed he has no knowledge of 5000 or memories concerning the events detailed within its archives. The comic is good. Just gonna listen on this. I'm not as well versed on the topic. No, that's totally fine. It literally, SCP in general is just a bunch of different files of stories people have created. I know some through games and vids, but not a whole lot. Yeah. Hi, Sophia. Hello, hello. The only thing I'm familiar with is the last SCP stream. Yeah. Or the ones most people know is 173069, I believe. Nice. I think that's the staircase, isn't it? 173 is the statue. Stuff like that. Nom mode engaged. What are you nomming? What's the noms? I love SCP just as a concept. Same. Absolutely same. That's why I liked Control so much, because it's basically SCP as a game, but without literally it being SCP. They made their own, which is great. All right, journal entry 0001-1. My name is Pietro Wilson. I don't know what's happening. I think I might be the only one left. The date is 02/01/2020. Sorry, thought transcription is tricky. Sorry, I'm not used to this yet. The date is 02/01/2020. I have just escaped from exclusionary site 06. I'm not certain, but I think everyone else is dead. Those guys, they were thorough. If I hadn't got to the suit, I'd be, oh God. Journal entry 1-2. Chicken nuggets, yo. I need to get myself together, or this thing isn't going to be legible at all. Most likely, they're going to want some kind of record of this whole incident for posterity. I'm currently on my way to the nearest Foundation installation, a small safe house for agents making their way through this part of the country. Most likely, there won't be anyone there, but I should be able to get into contact with my superiors and find out what exactly is going on. Things started around 6, maybe 7 hours ago. A group identifying themselves as Mobile Task Force Zeta 19, Lonely Only, insurgent infiltrators maybe, entered the site. They had proper identification and everything, and gathered everyone into the canteen. Then they started shooting. Jesus, I can still taste the blood. I can't get that awful metal taste off my tongue. It's a miracle I didn't get hit or trampled on, the way people climbing over each other to get out of there. If I hadn't gotten to the exclusion harness, I'd be dead. No doubt about it. Like I said, they were thorough. I'm a technician for the power grid on ES-06, so I don't fully get how this thing works, but I understand the basics. This perception filter thing doesn't mean people can't see me, but it does mean that they can't recognize the fact that they can see me, which I guess is the same thing when you get down to it. But those infiltrators, they didn't even take anything. Didn't even try to. I watched after I got into this thing. I was too scared, fucking coward, to make a run for it. They just checked the bodies and left. An extra bullet for every head. They were just there to kill us. 1-3. Finally made it to the safe house after hours and hours of trudging through this goddamn desert. Heard a few explosions in the distance. Maybe the Foundation sent an MTF, what's an MTF? To engage those infiltrators before they got away? Hope so. Never been happier to see bottled water in my life. The harness sustains your body while you're wearing it, apparently, but my mind still thinks I should be drinking. Human nature, I guess. Anyway, once I get these legs of mine rested, I'm going to try to get these systems online. I need to get in touch with the Foundation and find out exactly what's going on. 1-4. Holy shit. Mobile Task Force. Thank you. Thank you. Love listening to Cat read. I'm glad. I think Mobile Task Force, they mentioned it above. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Downloaded file 1-1. Context. They sent this to every government, news organization, and anomalous agency on the planet. Fuck me. The following is a message composed via consensus of the O5 Council. For those who are not currently aware of our existence, we represent the organization known as the SCP Foundation. Our previous mission centered around the containment and study of anomalous objects, entities, and other assorted phenomena. This mission was the focus of our organization for more than 100 years. Due to circumstances outside our control, this directive has now changed. Our new mission will be the extermination of the human race. There will be no further communication. What? Composed file 1-1. Immediately following the release of their worldwide announcement, the Foundation began their assault on mankind. The response to the anomalies the Foundation let loose was as quick as it could have been, but the damage is being done. It's hard to tell what's exactly going on, but from my position here, accessing the Foundation network and keeping track of the news, I've managed to grasp a little. I'm going to get everything I know down, so that when this is over, if anyone's still alive, they'll know what happened to us. So, relevant anonymity. The fuck? Yeah, I don't know. If everything's ending, do I still have to pay rent tomorrow? That's always a valid question, Kilroy. In America, yes. They've proven that. Oh, bear. All right. Relevant anomalies on the left, action taken by the Foundation on the right. SCP-096. This sounds familiar. Euclid contained its cell. Airtight steel cube at all times. Weekly checks for any cracks or holes are mandatory. There's absolutely no video surveillance or optical tools of any kind on its cell. Oh, is this the thing you can't look at? Humanoid creature. Yeah. Has very... Okay, so this is the thing you can't look at. Once you do it, it needs to kill you. Yeah. Alright. I thought I knew it. Okay. Images of SCP-096's face circulated on social media platforms. Death toll had already reached the hundreds before the images were taken down. For all I know, that thing is still going. Yeah, if you see it at all, whether it's a picture of it or whatever, then you die. 096 is the shy guy. It is the shy guy. Well, fuck my week off. I know, right? Am I wrong? Also, they will still find you to pay student loans. True. Do they even have the picture there? I thought they did. Maybe not. I guess not. Alright. 0169. Nice. Keter. Certainly never be contained. No structure on Earth is large enough to contain it. Surmised of a marine arthropod of enormous size, known as the Leviathan. Oh, interesting. Presumed first to be a myth. Huh. Alright. A series of nuclear charges are detonated within and along SCP-169's back, causing it to stir in its sleep slightly. The resultant earthquakes and tsunamis devastate a significant number of coastal settlements around the world. SCP-662. Safe. Should be kept in a velvet-lined case and stored. Have value locker. So what is it? It's a small silver hand bell. The bell is missing its ringer. An inscription has been etched. Forever mine, SJW. The bell is susceptible to damage. However, given its safe nature, destruction has been deemed unnecessary. It is a very pure silver, regular polishing to keep it from tarnishing. Okay. Alright, well. Give it about 10 years and they send your debt to the void. And that would definitely be a horrible way to kill people. Wait, which one? Shy Guy or the Leviathan? Okay, so 662. Over the course of 24 hours, an individual whose appearance matches that of Mr. Deeds appears in the vicinity of several major heads of state and assassinates them using whatever tools are immediately available, disappearing just as quickly. I don't know why this stopped after the first day. Alright, 610. Due to the vast area of infection, 610 covers containment is impossible. Alright. Wait, what is it? Description. Initial reports. Russian government through undisclosed channels. These reports consist primarily of disappearances of farmers in the region were not considered until the local police, followed by regional police. Finally, government dispatched agents all failed to report within 72-hour period. Well, so basically, like, everyone dies. Alright. The bell calls Mr. Deeds? Oh, so the bell itself is safe, but if you ring it, you get an assassin. Hi, Ren. No fear, for I am here. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Like, 096 literally dove to kill someone that made a drawing of it in the Marianas Trench. Really? They even used the butler? Oh, for Mr. Deeds, I guess. Of course they don't have a picture. They don't want to kill people. They used to. I thought. 610. The flesh that hates. It's basically a living infection that hates all life. Okay. Noted. Samples of SCP-610 are dispersed by embodied Foundation agents within major cities, including New York and Delhi? How do you say that? Anyway. All civilians in the area, along with the agents themselves, are quickly infected and succumb to SCP-610. Further spread of 610 is halted by the combined efforts of the Global Occult Coalition and the Church of the Broken God. SCP-682 released. Is this the lizard that I will... Okay. This is apparently a lizard that wants to kill a lot of people, and they constantly have it in acid because there's no other way to contain it. Otherwise, it'll go on a killing spree. So I guess they released it and it's going on a killing spree. F? I am really sorry. I did not appreciate how complex 5000 was. I just saw it was pretty highly rated and skimmed it really quickly. No, you're fine. It's interesting. Like, already, basically, the Foundation is trying to kill the world. So it's releasing all these SCPs. That's interesting. It's a contagious disease. That makes sense. Mr. Deeds is a butler that will attempt to carry out the command of whoever rings the bell. Oh, so that they just happen to want people dead. But otherwise, he is just a butler who will do what you ask. Okay. The lizard just really hates people. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. One of the vids I saw someone coming up with ways to kill SCP super interesting. Wait, what do you mean? Super interesting. So, I don't understand why this is happening. Downloaded file 1-2. Context. News footage. I'm going to put on a fan, though. I managed to download between drinking sessions. Begin log. Sorry, I have to burp. Excuse me. Reporter Maria Henderson is speaking from inside a GOC evacuation tent. Scrolling header indicates that she is speaking the outskirts of Trosa, Sweden. Behind her, patients can be seen being treated by doctors in full protective gear. Maria herself is wearing a surgical mask, pulled up tightly to allow her to speak into the microphone, which kind of defeats the purpose if you ask me. Maria Henderson, repeating what has previously been put out by the Global Occult Coalition, residents that have not already evacuated are advised to seal themselves inside their homes as quickly as possible using whatever materials are available. One of the doctors attending a patient stands up with urgency, looking over to the soldier standing over the beds. Doctor, we've got an expiration. Get the eraser ready. Maria Henderson quickly begins moving out of the tent, out into the field filled with similar installations. A loud buzzing sound can be heard from the tent behind her, and several flashing lights can be seen. Thick smoke pours out a gap in the top of the tent. Maria Henderson. Any individuals still in a compromised area are advised to keep careful watch over those around them. If any friends or family members begin exuding a noticeable, minty smell, then they are to be quarantined immediately. Feed cuts out. I later found out this is when the television stopped everywhere. Internet too. World gone blind in a few seconds. And log. Entry 1-5. It's funny. With the supplies in this area, not to mention the exclusion harness, I could probably survive for years right here, but the idea of being sat here, with no idea what's going on in the outside world, it's unbearable. Still, I'm not sure whether I really want to know what's happening out there, either. When I was a kid, real sick all the time, not able to go out that much, I was really into detective stories, Sherlock Holmes and all that shit. I always wanted to figure things out. Anyways, my dad had this row of plant pots on the wall outside the house, and they were always getting knocked over, but he could never figure out what was doing it. That was pretty much at my peak of detective obsession. So I was on the case like nothing else. I was stupid shit, so I couldn't actually deduce anything, you understand. So I ended up buying a cheap spy camera and recording the wall overnight. It was a stray cat. My dad ended up kicking it to death? No! I will fight that dad. Like I should have known he would. Curiosity, well, you know the saying. Everyone involved would have been better off if I'd reminded my own business, except my dad, but fuck him. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I'd rather be doing something than nothing. Besides, if I have the exclusion harness, nothing that would ever want to hurt me will ever know I'm there. I'm a tourist at the end of the world. Destination Site 19. Closest real Foundation installation. Only makes sense. I'm getting some answers. That's an overreaction, right? Well, that came out of nowhere. Apparently his dad's an asshole, so. Probably better to not go out there. At the beginning, the actual Peter Wilson doesn't know of these events, so this is an alternate universe, or maybe I'm not understanding correctly. Right. Yeah, he doesn't remember any of this. Or at least how to recontain them, yeah. Woo. Well, they've contained them at some point, so they're containable, just... Well, not the Leviathan, it seems like. They just kind of let it chill in the ocean. Just don't piss it off. Context. Recorded file 1-1. Context. Encounter with Foundation elements a few days after leaving my shelter. Watching weird behavior. Begin log. Viewing a group of Foundation soldiers in a clearing from a distance. 9 in total stood in a line. A 10th soldier, the commander, is silently pacing back and forth in front of them. Uniforms and insignia look like those of MTF-6. Village idiots. After a few seconds, the commander claps her hands once and steps towards the line. Commander, to the first soldier in line. Performing the check now. Soldier 1, of course. The commander takes out a knife and stabs the soldier in the shoulder. There is no reaction. Commander removing knife. Get that wound treated. The soldier nods. The commander proceeds to stab each soldier in the line in the same way, with no reaction from any of the victims, until the 8th, who noticeably winces. Soldier 8. Commander shouting. Got a live one! The commander and all other soldiers quickly aim their guns and fire upon Soldier 8, killing him. He drops to the ground. The commander then moves to the 9th soldier and stabs him in the shoulder. No visible reaction. Commander. All right, we're clear. Move out. MTF-6 pack up their supplies and leave the area, leaving the corpse of the dead soldier where it is. Manage to retrieve weaponry and basic medical supplies from the body. Bury it as well as I can afterwards. End log. Closing notes. No fucking clue. All right. It's an alternate universe. There's a guy who's an SCP that will randomly teleport into other dimensions. He has wound up in a few other dimensions where the SCP Foundation or similar organizations exist. Yeah, I mean, there's also the, like, Snowball one, right? The Snowball... I think it's the Snowball one that has a parallel universe. Or alternate universe. I mean, they said they exploded several nukes on and in the Leviathan's back, and it didn't even wake up. So I am not sure if there's any way to piss it off. True. Soldier, shoulder, I know! I was like, how dare they put fucking soldier and shoulder in the same fucking sentence? I have feelings. Alright. Recorded file 1-2. Context. Weird transmission I caught on the old radio. Don't know if it's important, but trying to get everything down for posterity. Begin log. Audio only, voices male, around my age, I guess. Voice, 7, 5. Can you hear me? There's a hole shining in the holes between your eyelids. I have never been a Versailles before. Anyway, I want to be loved. 9. I am standing behind you now. 5. I am 2 of us standing behind you now. The goddess eats the city of the sea. 9. There's a hole in the floor with an answer waiting for it. In it. 7. Look, you're hatching. You're hatching! Message continues on loop. What the fuck? Closing notes. Message stopped once I turned the radio over and saw that it was damaged beyond repair. Am I feeling okay? Journal entry 1-6. When I thought of Site-19 as being relatively close by, I never really took into account that was probably with a vehicle in mind. Can't risk cars or anything like that. Even if I went unnoticed, the vehicle wouldn't. All it takes is one Foundation soldier or wandering anomaly to spot it, and I'm as good as dead. But still, marching through the woods, even with the harness's protection, isn't the most pleasant experience. It'd be hard to move out of the way if anything came traipsing through, for one. Just because things can't notice me doesn't mean they can't run me down. Gives me time to think, though. Like, why the hell am I even going to Site-19? What do I hope to accomplish? If I wanted to stay out of danger, survive as long as possible, I'd be best suited getting as far away from the Foundation personnel as possible, not jumping right into the Viper's nest. Answers, I guess. More than anything, I want answers, even if I get kicked to death afterwards. Alright. Yeah, but even a bit of stirring from that Leviathan created earthquakes and floods. Right. Verse and verses? Oh. It's the easiest way I can think of explaining Versailles? I don't know. Anyway. So when are we how are we deciding which ones to read? Yeah, we're gonna raffle and people can tell me what number they want me to read. We are currently reading 5000. I'm almost halfway through. F. It's fine. All right. Composed file 1-2. Reach Site 19. Security's in despair. Most of the anomalies let loose a while ago, so it was actually pretty easy to get in. Still stressful. Moving out of the way of researchers as they went about their business. They were still talking like colleagues, discussing how to get maximum human casualties like it was something they'd always been doing. But their eyes. It was like something was missing from them. Some spark. I couldn't see them as human. Looking at their eyes. Maybe not even alive. Hard to describe, but it gave me the creeps. Accessing the Foundation database with some stolen senior staff credentials. I think I've managed to put together a basic timeline of what happened right before the declaration of war. I don't know what it all means, but I guess it's a start. Date and events. Okay, it's Versailles. Oh, Versailles. I just said it. I thought you were sighing at me. Okay, Versailles. Is how it's pronounced. My bad. That was me telling you. I'm sorry. I thought you were sighing, Fender. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were like, oh, she didn't pronounce it right. French City and Palace. I remember it from the Clockwork Men episode of Doctor Who. Hey. Yesterday was the big move, and I did 17,000 steps and 43 flights of stairs. Holy shit, Ren. Are you at least done? No, no sigh at you. All the hugs. Okay, Versailles. If it comes up again, I'll read it that way. I'll try to remember. Oh my god. There's gonna be more SCPs. Alright, so. Anyway. I thought I'm like, there's a big gap on the left, but that's because of the, whatchamacallit. There's a bar on the left. Okay. So, date, okay, so 16/12, so December 16th, 2019. The O5 mark a project called Numa as being a special, as a special interest to senior staff. Apparently, it was a mass amnesia. That's a big word. Project like Kaleidoscope, except mostly focused on the collective human conscious, the psychospace, whatever you want to call it. Apparently, there was some kind of breakthrough in mapping out that psychospace, except I can't see what it is because it's fucking redacted. Typical. December 17th, 2019. A vote is undertaken by the O5 Council, with the result being unanimous. Ethics Committee also concurs. Don't know what the votes were about because it's fucking redacted. December 19th, 2019. A series of instructions, redacted instructions of course, were sent to all senior staff members and site directors. A wave of suicides and resignations go out across the Foundation, and with Dr. Charles Gears being one of the employees resigning. December 22nd, 2019. A number of files are sent out to all remaining senior staff members and site directors with instructions to also disseminate those materials among the staff serving under them. The files are accompanied by the message, "Harden your hearts." All suicides and resignations immediately cease following dissemination of the materials. December 25th, 2019. Full block on all communications in and out of Foundation sites. Termination of the majority of human and human sympathetic anomalies is performed by the staff at each site over the course of the next week. Information suggests an assassination team was sent after Dr. Charles Gears, but it doesn't say whether they were successful or not. January 2nd, 2020. Mobile task forces are dispatched to all exclusionary sites to execute all personnel. Immediately following the conclusion of these missions, the Foundation declares war on humanity. Not quite certain what all this means. Did the O5 Council send out some kind of memetic agent to get everyone to go along with them? But that wouldn't explain why the O5 Council would want to wipe out humanity in the first place. I don't get it. I just don't get it. More information on the anomalies the Foundation are actively using, too. With the news down, it's hard to get much solid info outside of their own records, and even those are still goddamn fucking redacted. I mean, it's the end of the world. What's the point of redacting shit anymore? Who cares? Just tell me what's going on. Fuck it. I'll put it all on the table for posterity or whatever. All right. I'm really interested in what's going on, though. It's Christmas! A mask making people forget shit. That's what I figured, like amnesia. We still have to unpack, but everything's here. That's good, Rin. At least you have the hardest part done. It's an SCP stream, Kat. There's bound to be plenty of SCPs, of course. It's true. Oubliette is sort of French for forget. Oh. Mass mind wipe. I'd assume. Mass memory wipe. Yeah. Welcome back, Kodri. Alright, so SCP. So, relevant anomaly and action taken by the Foundation. So, SCP-1370. Locked in a fireproof glass display case. A self-aware artificial being constructed from various electrical devices and tools. Okay, it stands approximately 1 meter in height and is capable of moving its articulated joints despite the lack of power source or motors. Communicates in monotone voice via a speaker mounted in its chest. Interesting. Alright. Honk. Alright. These stories sound very interesting, right? Which SCP is this? 5000. Hello. Hello, hello. Alright. Television. So, SCP-1370. Television service temporarily returns. All channels are propaganda speeches from SCP-1370. Rambling on and on about how he's going to take over the world or whatever. This one isn't actually that bad. SCP-1048, which I've apparently clicked on before. Safe, but now it's Keter. F. Is currently free to roam the site. Now it's not. The whereabouts are currently unknown. Still believe somewhere to be Site 24. It's a small teddy bear! Oh, it's the teddy bear. So for those that don't know, the teddy bear makes copies of itself with whatever's around. So it made like a teddy bear copying itself, but it's all ears, human ears or stuff like that. It's just like weird materials it finds around. Some are murderous, some are not. Anyway, caca! I don't know how the Foundation managed to catch the thing in the first place, but helicopter footage shows hordes of bears created by 1048 rushing through the streets of Paris. The footage isn't too clear, so I'm not too sure, but it looks like there's a massive red teddy bear in the distance as well, walking around next to the skyscrapers. SCP-1290. Safe. They have been established around the branch facility. Okay. It's a pair of prototype electronic devices that were built by Prometheus Labs as part of a research into long-range teleportation. Each device consists of a platform 2 meters in diameter, both which draw power from a dedicated generator. The 2 copies are located at diametrically opposed locations on the Earth. Okay. SCP-1290-1 and -2 are moved from their original position and used as a rudimentary projectile system to launch projectiles at a secure GOC installation called Genzir. Not 100% sure from the files, but it looks like it's just one of a frankly obscene number of anomalies they're using to try and bust in there. If you ask me, they'd be better off just firing missiles. But nobody is asking me, because they've all gone nuts. SCP-1440. It's an old man. Currently uncontained, and its location is unknown since its last containment breach. Due to the nature, the Foundation may not have means to contain it without risking an unacceptable loss of resources and personnel. Alright, it's a man of unknown ethnicity and age. When questioned about his name, place, or time of birth.
Squids would sweep the nation.
Happy Halloween, Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern. Thank you so much, Jigsaw Zombie, for 4 months of support. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. How dare you? And Oni, thank you for the 404 bits. Thank you, thank you. Some Halloween bits for the spooky Starbucks witch. Thank you so much. Thank you for all those spooky biddies. I appreciate them. Oh my god. A massive nope. Dear gods, the amount of material the bear would have to make things. I know. The bear is basically your standard gray goo scenario, but cute. Yeah. The SCP that's just a loving orange blob. I love that SCP. We've read that one. It's cute. It's my friend. I love him. Again, a reminder, today's the last day for spoopy alerts. Just so you know, Halloween alerts gone after today. Alright. So, when asked a question about its name, place, or time of birth, 1440 will refuse to answer, although it is unclear if this is due to the subject being unwilling to share this information or not possessing it. Its appearance... Okay, what does it do? Anomalous nature becomes apparent once it comes into contact with human population or man-made objects and remains in contact with them for longer than a few days. 1440 has an acute adverse effect on everything connected to humanity. Prolonged exposure of any man-made object or person to it will cause increasingly destructive events to occur in its vicinity until the destruction or death of said human element. The only exceptions to this are itself and its belongings. Interesting. So SCP-1440 is transported from refugee camp to refugee camp by Mobile Task Force. New 22. Rocketmen. Where its anomalous effects cause rapid devastation to those fleeing communities. Strangely enough, the way these events are described in the files make it sound like SCP-1440 actually has no effect on the Foundation personnel assigned to it. That's interesting. 1678. Oh, we did this one. Okay, Mobile Task Forces, Tau 4 and Epsilon 6 have exceeded. Okay, so it's a full-scale mirror image reconstruction of the British city of London, located exactly 1 kilometer underneath the original city of London. So basically these, like, it's very apocalyptic. These not policemen, they're creepy looking, basically will try to kidnap you if they find you on the streets. There's no one around. Stuff like that. The Foundation intentionally abandons containment of 1678, removing personnel from the immediate area. Once chaos caused by additional anomalies makes evacuation of London impossible, officials from the British Occult Service direct citizens to take refuge in 1678 below. Once the city has reached capacity, the Foundation detonates the nuclear device stationed there prior to abandonment. Going to try and investigate some more before getting out of here. See what I can find out. Files deleted. Alright. I was going to do a Kita scream, but I didn't want to put you through that. No, I mean, today's the day to... Oh, Kita scream's always going to be around, but... when Cat returns, all alerts will be Cat singing Christmas carols. This is a joke. The alert gives me life. Shame we might hear it, but that's alright. What do you mean? Oh, it might not hear it? No, you're fine, Jigsaw. What are my Christmas carols? Well, what we had was those Bongo Cat ones, which we might still have as the gifts, but probably not as the music. Meow 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 meow. Maybe I'll be Toad. F. Did Cat thank for retweets? Oh shit, I did not. I'll do that real quick. Cat Christmas album, when? Yes, Cat singing meow. I always miss a word in a message and notice seconds later, you're fine. Alright. Oh yeah, retweet. Okay. Thank you to Miss Maga Chick for the quote tweet. I love that picture. That's a cute gif. Thank you, Oni. Let's get spooky. 'Tis time. Oh my god, hocus pocus, yo. Yes. Thank you, Kingdom, for the quote tweet. Come hang out with the best witch around. Oh, thank you. And the Pusheen gif. I love it. And those that retweeted, thank you to SOS KatFTWynn and Kath and Bella Coco, Demonas, Finder, Kotana, and Joshua. Thank you guys. All the love. I know we delayed, but we did it. Now we're about halfway through this. Shh, it's fine. Alright. Journal entry 1-7. It's been about 3 months since my last entry. God knows what I've been doing since then. The time between then and now is completely blank in my memory, and it looks like the files from that period have been deleted as well. As far as I know, I should be the only one able to do that, so take that as you will. I seem like I've been through a few rough patches. I have a few scars that I don't quite recognize, and I have a bandage wrapped around my temple. The exclusion harness doesn't seem to be damaged, though, so I don't know what hurt me. Did I fall off a cliff or something? The sad part is I can actually see myself doing something like that. Never was the smartest. Site 19 is long gone. Well, it's still there, I assume, but I'm halfway across the country. Couldn't tell you why. It's weird, though. I feel like I have a purpose now, even though I'm not 100% sure what it is. Just where I need to go. There's a briefcase in my hand. I'm having trouble recalling what exactly is inside it. All I know is that it isn't round, and I need to get it to SCP-579. 579. Did they mention that before? Huh. Okay. Files deleted again. Entry 1-8. I underestimated how long it would take to get to SCP-579. Site 19 was a trek all on its own, but 579 is another story entirely. I wouldn't even know where it was without this documentation, but I have no idea how I obtained, but that's besides the point. I've stopped counting the corpses I've walked past. It's probably in the quadruple digits now. Jesus, maybe higher. Came across the dead body of a kid, a little boy, in a house I was grabbing some supplies from a while back. At first I thought he'd just been shot in the head, but when I went to bury him I could see there were more things moving under his skin. Ah! Little pair of worms, hundreds of them that poured out the second I touched them. They all had his face? They were all laughing? Scurried off into the drain? What nightmare fuel is this? I don't try to bury people anymore. Keeping going is a lot more difficult than you'd think. I hate it. This one's disgusting. Oh my god. Knows nothing of the orange blob. The orange blob is the fucking cutest. Acts like a dog, basically. It's very cute. What? Nobody liked that. It's not about the beginning of the end, but the friends who made along the way. And since these are SCPs, I'm not sure I want to befriend them. Some of them. Human-faced worms! I know. Files deleted. Composed file 1-3. This thing in the briefcase is a godsend. Don't know what the hell it is, but if things are getting too much for me, I just need to open it. And the next thing I know, I'm miles further along from where I just was. Feeling all warm inside like something gave me a pep talk. It's like my own personal skip button for when things are getting rough. Managed to get temporary access to the Foundation database from a corpse of an agent I found half buried in the woods. Wolves were already helping themselves to him, but they obviously didn't mind me taking his laptop. Didn't notice me anyway. The Foundation is still throwing everything they've got at everyone else. I'll put it on the table, might as well. Alright. I'll put it in a table. I don't know. Relevant anomaly 2000! The file you're attempting to access is available to personnel with level 4/2000 clearance only. This clearance is not included in general level 4 security protocol. Consciousness confirmed. Retrieving file. Thaumiel. What the fuck is that? Is disguised as a disused park ranger station in Yellowstone National Park. Wait, what's the description? Subterranean Foundation installation, originally constructed sometime in the last blank years for the purpose of reconstructing civilization in the event of a K-class end-of-the-world scenario, could not be averted in time to prevent humanity's extinction or near extinction. Since its inception, 2000 has been activated at least twice. Interesting. Okay. So 2000, the Foundation intentionally triggers the eruption of Yellowstone, obliterating 2000. For now, anomalies deployed by the Mana Charitable Foundation have slowed down the environmental effects at an absurd rate, but it's still just a matter of time before we choke on ash. Yellowstone's thing scares the hell out of me. Orange Blob is 999? Oh my god. 999. SCP-2200. Oh no! That's fine. I was thought I'd have to scroll down again. Keter, Captain Standard Humanoid Containment Chamber in Biosite 59. It's a collective designation of several interrelated anomalous phenomenon. A sword of an alloy of silver and copper. Okay. That's -1. -2 refers to a human individual who is currently bonded with the sword. Cannot separate themselves. Forcefully remove it from its grasp will result in immediate death of the subject. Okay. There's no apparent limit to this distance on which one can travel when transporting itself to a new subject. So, so -2 changes, but -1 is the sword. Huh. -3 is an area of land located. Whenever a person is killed by -1, the sword, a likeness of the individual formed out of the anomalous silver-based alloy will appear in -3, despite being made of inorganic material. Instances of -4 are fully animate and capable of vocalization. So -4 are people who appear in -3. Okay. Jesus. That's complicated, but okay. Okay, so somehow the Foundation seems to have mass-produced 2200-1, and those swords are making their way into hands of refugees. With all the victims of -1 are cutting down, -3 is overflowing, with the mountain of living -4 trapped under a mountain of dead in -4. Oh no, a mountain of dead -4s. Wow! This is a long one, isn't it? Yes. Also, Kat, a little bit ago, there was a hidden link to an SCP when it was talking about the briefcase. Is that one? 055, Keter. Okay. Description. It's a self-keeping secret or anti-meme. Information about its physical appearance as well as its nature, behavior, and origins is self-classifying. To clarify, how Site-19 originally acquired is unknown. When it's obtained by whom is unknown. What? Its physical appearance is unknown. It is not indescribable or invisible. Individuals are perfectly capable of entering its container and observing it, taking mental and written notes, making sketches, taking photographs, and even making audiovisual recordings. An extensive log of such observation is on file. However, information of 55's physical appearance leaks out of the human mind soon after such observation. Individuals tasked with describing it afterwards find their minds wandering and lose interest in the task. Individuals tasked with sketching a copy of the photograph of 55 are unable to remember what the photograph looks like, as are researchers overseeing these tests. Security personnel who have observed 55 via closed-circuit television cameras emerge after a full shift, exhausted and effectively amnesiac about the events of the previous hours. So basically it is a briefcase, but it just makes you forget shit. Which makes sense. Self-sealing stem bolts? Alright, 2241. It's a 7-year-old brown-haired male humanoid which has a minor telekinetic ability and is showing signs of latent reality-bending ability. See below. 2241 is led to believe that the Foundation maintains custody of him for his protection so that they can learn to understand his powers and use them to develop more superheroes. Interesting. Alright, one of the few human anomalies that weren't terminated. It appears 2241 is being used as a living weapon to destroy the biggest refugee camps that crop up, forcing survivors to remain in smaller groups. Unknown how they're getting it to be that loyal, but I doubt it's pleasant. Last information on 2241 says that it's being deployed to assist with the siege of Ganzir. Apparently they're having some trouble. 2466. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? 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 2466. Description of 2466 is a Samsung Galaxy S5 smartphone running the Android operating system. It is host to a number of non-anomalous applications as well as -1, identified as Slay Dragon Save City. -1's code is incomprehensible, will not operate on any device other than 2466, and will reinstall itself if it is removed. Termination of 2466-1 is only possible by removing its power source. Also, -1 is a text-based game in which the user battles against an instance of Mega Charizard X, a character from the Pokemon franchise. What? This is Finder's phone. Yeah, because Mega Charizard. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Alright, interesting. 2466 was constantly being used in order to compel survivors originating from Redacted, California to perform actions both socially disruptive and physically hostile. This was apparently effective, but after the 4020th use of 2466, it crashed and became unusable. Guess there weren't any residents left. 2639. It refers to a phenomenon that manifests as a 1 kilometer cubic volume where anomalous entities and objects, -A and -B respectively, materialize then dematerialize approximately 1 to 2 hours later. An imperceptible barrier around it prevents instances of -A from ever leaving the area. -A are 3 humanoid entities equipped with anomalous weaponry and armor. They all have superhuman speed, strength, and endurance, and resistance to injury, and perceive no pain or discomfort. -B consists of 22 distinct types of intangible objects dispersed throughout its area of effect. Each instance hovers 0.1 meter above the ground and rotates on a horizontal axis at a set rate. When it makes contacts, when -A make contact with an instance of -B, the object will typically vanish, conferring a beneficial effect on the entity. Okay. -C is a customized desktop computer. Computer runs without discernible power source and has been hosting a heavily modified online Quake deathmatch since 1997. Okay. Weird. So, SCP-2639.
Dirt! Take the massive controls in the other room.
Woo!
I have to go up above. I don't know what you just said!
Yume Lily, thank you so much for 31 months. That is so many months. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Did you get that I was describing pick-up power-up items? Oh, it was? Oh, that makes sense. I did not realize. That makes sense, though. I couldn't tell from the way you reacted. I have a hard time I have a disability where comprehension is not my thing, so thank you. Thank you for the clip. It's a what? All right. Lily! Guys, please go follow and watch Lily Vanilli. She's fan-frickin-tastic and adorable and does all the cosplays, does ASMR, does amazing games. She was playing RE5 with her feet yesterday. Please go follow and watch her. Shh, I'm not here. She's here, and go follow and watch her. I just know I love you and want to help. Oh, Finder. Follow Kat. Kat is wonderful. So is Lily! Her merch is amazing. God damn it. Lily! Too late, Lily. We already follow Kat. We're right here. Lily, accept the praise. Merch! God damn it. But what if we follow both of you? Good. The deed is done. SCPs 2639 are being dispatched to survivor communities and installations for groups that oppose the Foundation in order to kill everyone present. That's probably the people that were getting stabbed. Apparently, they were told that they were fighting monsters that had escaped from containment and were destroying the world. Clearly, they figured that out. Clearly, they figured out that wasn't the case because they've refused to do anything since about the 6th time they were deployed. Good for them. That's cool. So they're very self-aware instead of blindly following the Foundation. Hi, Lily. What are you doing for Halloween? Journal entry 1-9. It's nice having company, even if they don't know you're there. I sat around the fire with a group of GOC soldiers who were trying to make their way, well, I don't think they actually have anywhere to go at this point. Just wandering, maybe? I thought about revealing myself, trying to ask them to help me get to 579, but I don't want to risk it. Maybe I've just gotten used to not existing. Forget being a tourist, I'm a ghost. This suit really is a wonder. Managed to access their connection to the GOC database with it while they were making coffee. The news isn't good. Downloaded file 1-3. Context. Interview log from an interrogation facility inside Genzir. As far as I'm aware, this is the first time a captured member of the Foundation personnel has spoken during interrogation. Interviewer is a Commander Morrison, with a scientist called Dr. Rhodes also being there. The guy being interrogated is a member of Mobile Task Force Omega 2, Secret Keepers, Samuel Ross. No video, only audio. Don't know if that's something wrong with the file or just the way it was recorded in the first place. Lily! Fender, you sweetheart! Thank you for gifting that sub to Lily! Oh, woo! Thank you so much, Fender. You sweet bean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so freaking tired. Take a nap then. Take a Halloween nap. A spoopy nap. You're doing nothing. That's fair. Hey, it's a treat yourself day. Take a spoopy bath. Take a bath with candles. Maybe read a spooky story. I don't know. Tentacle hype. Spooky naps? I don't know. Oh, damn. I don't know. Treat yourself. Cat, it is even 3 months. I know, Lily. You know the drill, but you have access to all the emotes. Exclamation point Discord if you need help getting in. Although I just let you win. And welcome. And you have a squid badge next to you. And welcome to the winners where everyone's a winner. I just fucked it up. It's fine. Cat's trying to get Lily naked. I'm not. Thunder. God damn it. Hey, everyone loves a good bath. Cat can have me naked whenever. Oh. Hey girl, hey. You want some titty cat? God damn it. Oh my god. You know what? Lily? Fucking hell. Lily instigates gleeful chaos by just existing. Yep, it's true. Lily's amazing. I'd much prefer to shower, but to each their own. Oh, I shower normally. Baths are for like special time. For just like relaxing and chilling. But not to actually clean. I take showers to clean. That clip title! It's just Lily's mood. It's Lily's vibe. Vibe check. Gleeful chaos. Oh my. All right. So this is between two people. I'll try to do different voices. We'll see. Lily has that effect on people, it's true. Spooky naps. Cat is encouraging nightmares? No. I didn't even think about that, but that's not wrong. All right, begin log. Commander Morrison. Do you know where you are? Samuel Ross. I'm in Genzir, right? You guys grabbed us while we were trying to sneak in. That's right. Do you know why you're here? You're going to interrogate me, I assume. Doctor? Wait, Samuel Ross is different. Fuck! There's 3 people! I'm not caring. Alright. Doctor? Confirmed. I'll just make the doctor like a robot voice. There we go. Confirmed. Subject has nothing implanted inside him. No mental agents or cognito hazards either. You're safe to begin. Okay. None of your colleagues we've spoken to have talked. Not one. Not a word. Why are you talking to me now? We've met before. Do you remember? I'm sorry. In that joint operation in Tenerife? A few years back. With the Seagull Prince. Do you remember? I was wearing a gas mask back then. So you probably don't recognize me, but I recognize you. And it gave me a chuckle. That's why I'm talking. That's the only reason? Yeah. When we caught you, trying to sneak into the city with the refugees, you and your comrades started firing into a crowd at random. Men, women, and children all murdered for no reason. Don't you think that's crazy? Ross laughs. Rhodes? is the doctor. Oh, fucker. God damn it. That's funny to you? Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I just thought that was a little hypocritical. What? Well, I mean, you're interrogating me like the information you'll get will help you, but there's no time for you to really do anything, the way I see it. No matter how many times you fire Abel at her, Professor Crow's Europa will rip this place open before long. But you're still acting like you can do something about it. Don't you think that's crazy? If you've just spoken up to talk nonsense, we can always try enhanced interrogation. I don't want to, but I'll do it. Do what you want. Once you realize you're not supposed to feel pain, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. What do you mean by that? No, you wouldn't want me to say. I very much do. I'm not talking to you. That doesn't make any sense. Tell me now. Now. You're sure? We're still good on inoculations? Cleared on all Foundation kill agents, yes? Then spit it out, Ross. Stop stalling, or we'll have to get unpleasant. Fine. Inaudible. I didn't catch that. You'll have to speak up. That microphone only has so much gain. Information excised. Commander Morrison and Dr. Rhodes can be heard screaming loudly. Wet cracks and sounds of rushing wind are also audible. The screaming, which grows higher pitched over time, continues for the remainder of the recording. Look what you've done to yourselves. I told you wouldn't like it, didn't you? That's why you hear your voice. But you wanted to know so badly. I really liked you guys, so I was trying to be nice. We're so kind to you, you know? We fight in the light so you can die in the dark. Disgusting. End log. Closing notes. Apparently right after this, some kind of emergency arose inside Ganzir, and the city ended up being destroyed by both inside and outside. Files don't mention the specifics, but the GOC may be done. Interesting. Kat is gonna yell at me so bad when she reads this. What the fuck? 3 people even, Kat? What? Oh, instead of 2. I had a nightmare last night. No free cheesecake. It was an interesting dream. Oh, hi, baby.
Hi.
Okay.
Tired.
Oh.
I just spent the past, hour and a half in the bathroom?
Oh.
Well,
Go take a nap. Oh, you took like a shower and stuff, I know. Yeah. Yeah. And now you're all freshly shaved.
Mm-hmm.
Clean shaven, Shy Guy. Also, Lily, as Kat's boyfriend, I'm qualified to answer for her. The answer for your previous question is if you're serious. Oh my god. Lily. The boobies? Oh my god. Boobies. I'm sure that was to Shy Guy, but boobies. I mean, boobies are boobies. Who doesn't love a titty? I don't know. Oh god, this is the annoying song. I'm sorry. We're skipping. What about boobies? Shy Guy says coming in. Shy Guy's like boobies?
Oh, like your entire chat's going up about boobs. What's going on?
Shy Guy wants boobies. Well, you know what I mean.
Why are you calling me out?
Well, why not? Told you I was qualified.
I honestly just came here to have a good
Who
time.
doesn't like a boobie? I like my boobies. I'm not showing chat my boobies, but I like my boobies.
Is it inappropriate of me to say that I like them too?
No, you're my husband. I would assume you would.
Okay, cool.
Is it inappropriate for me to say I like your boobies? Oh my god. God damn it. Anyway.
So what are we up to?
I'm reading still this same SCP that Fender sent me.
Will it look long?
It is long. It's 5,000 and it also has other SCPs in it, so I have to keep checking on what those are. Oh my god, the chaotic energy in these streams. I mean, it's true. At least Shy Guy's asking. He's being considerate. It's true. Anyway. Never a dull moment. It's true. Aww. Ugh. Backwoods forever.
I can't get your forehead.
Huh?
I can't get your forehead.
My hat is in the way of Shy Guy kissing my head. Evil plots. All right. Files deleted. Entry 1-10. It's getting hard to keep going. When the GOC were keeping up the fight, there was this sense of things could still be turned around. But with them on the run now, too, it's easy to feel there's no point to all this. With Ganzir taken care of, the Foundation has turned their full attention back to everyone else. I don't eat or drink anymore. The harness takes care of all that anyway. And there's too much of a risk that anything I consume will be contaminated by one of the awful viruses the Foundation is trying to spread. I've seen corpses in pretty much every state imaginable at this point. Some of them walking around even. Every time I open the briefcase to skip, I make a little less progress. Feel a little worse. Whatever was helping before, it's like I've grown numb to it. Wouldn't be the only thing. Why am I even going to 579? Do I actually have a reason? Never a dull moment. You're all breathtaking. You're breathtaking. Everyone's breathtaking. Evil plots come with character. I mean, I am Witch Cat. Composed file 1-4. Foundation still fucking us. Here's a table about it. Alright, relevant anomaly, action taken by Foundation. 3078. What are you? Designates one or more self-replicating cognitohazardous digital images. When a human being views an instance of 3078, subject will feel an intense compulsion to laugh for an indefinite amount of time. Subject will not be able to inhale during this period, and affected subjects have expired due to suffocation in all cases. So laugh till you die. All right. Apparently, the Church of the Broken God managed to get the internet back up and running in some areas. Only the Foundation fucked that pretty quick by uploading thousands of copies of 3078 through pretty much every medium available, so the internet went back down. F 3179. Is a liquid metal organism of variable size, capable of expanding its mass, altering its own form and creating smaller autonomous entities. Currently, it's exhibiting the interior of a damaged containment unit constructed using cogwork orthodoxy techniques in the year, oh my god, can I read? Techniques in the year 1917. Records indicate that in the past, this containment unit in itself displayed anomalous properties, aiding it in its task. However, it seems to have become inert over time, now functioning simply as a sturdy container for SCP 3179. All right. So it's metal. Thing was freed from containment after the Church of the Broken God started trying to rebuild things. Sparked a civil war inside the church over whether this thing is McCain or not, which really put a damper on their ability to help out. Plus, it's making as many fucking Terminator things as it can, so that's fun. And then 3199. Oh, you're fun looking. Look at that booty, though. Hey, look at that back. Oh yes, Joker SCP. There was one. I'm not a booby lover myself, but that's okay. You're fine. We're just fucking around. If Lily wanted to show me her tits, that would be her choice. If I wanted to show my tits to anyone, that's my choice. Anyone showing anyone their tits is their choice. As long as both people are consenting. That's what's most important. It is absolutely what's most important. Consent. Enthusiastic consent. How about that? Yeah! Exactly! Cat Joker SCP was the laughter one. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Consent and respect. Exactly. Respect with 2 C's. That. Human chickens that can never really be wiped out. Is that what this is? This is a human chicken? Hold on. Description. Where is it? Denotes a species of sapient category 5 biological entities of currently indeterminable origin, though tissue samples indicate the presence of silky chicken. It's a silky chimpanzee, scrot muscle, adder, and human DNA. Typically hairless, stained with a thin layer of albumin-like excretion, and stand at an average 2.9 meters. Its average weight is 280 kilograms for a matured instance and 360 for a hatchling. It's determined that its cervical vertebrae of a mature instance is composed of cartilage rather than bone. It enables the neck and throat to twist and dislocate to around 340 degrees in either direction, aiding its unusual reproductive cycle. Is like egg stuff. Okay, heavy chicken. It's a heavy chicken. All right. It's short though. So SCP-3199 eggs are now being airdropped pretty much wherever. I'm sure you can imagine how that's going. Might write more later. This poor dude has been through some shit. Gasp, TOS. Well, obviously not on stream. Obviously not. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Aww. Nope, I don't like that SCP. You don't like the human chicken? Why not? Some of these readings. Well, this is awkward if some people had these as numbers they wanted me to read. Obviously, I didn't read the whole thing, so I still could. Oh, but the SCP booty? Oh. It's barely a booty. It's like an X-rayed booty. It's fine. Anyway. Those things are extremely hostile, and I believe it can spit acid. Oh, noted. Thank you, Tara. Thank you for anyone that's telling me like more about these SCPs that I might need to know. Journal entry 1-11. Have been making my way towards 579. Maybe a little slower than before, but who can blame me for the lack of motivation? Been seeing some strange things lately. Stranger than usual, I mean. First are the blinkers. There's been quite a few of these around lately. Now, I'm pretty sure these were created by the Foundation, even if I don't know how. I don't know most things, so I'll just add it to the list. They're statues of soldiers, MTF uniforms, with empty sockets for eyes. Their arms are carved into blades, like what you'd see on a praying mantis or something. So it's a scyther. They're harmless as long as you look at them. But the second you look away, they can move, and they're fast. So it's basically a Weeping Angel or 173. Saw one cut through an entire crowd of people when a gust of smoke blocked it from view for a second. I'm wary of them, as you should be. Me looking at them stops them too. So even if they don't perceive where I am, they're going to deduce that I'm there. Might just start slicing everything in sight, and then that's the end of me. Need to do my best to avoid them completely. The second thing I saw is, well, it's a lot weirder. It was on the horizon, like a person stretched out. No, that's not the best way to describe it. It was like the space around them was stretched out, and they were being stretched along with it, like some kind of bad Photoshop effect. Their body went from the ground up to the clouds, and their jaw swung at the right angles. Swung at right angles. There were these gaps as well. Black gaps in space around its body, like wings. It just floated forwards like that. There were Foundation guys there too, but they were fighting it, shooting it with guns and rockets. How fucked up is it that I'm thinking the Foundation fighting an anomaly is weird? Maybe they were like me, managed to get out when all this kicked off. Thought about talking to them, but decided not to. Can't risk it. Got out of there. I need to get to 579. I need to do something. Anything. Journal entry 1-12. Saw a kid die today. Could have helped her. Didn't. I'm a piece of shit. Composed file 1-4. We getting there, guys! Oh my god. This is what we got left. Ooh, black. Okay. Black image. Excuse me. Hell to the nah. Essential information in case we ever happen to come across these creatures in the near future. It's true. Also, every instance of 3199 carries an egg in it. So if you kill an adult, the egg will hatch and instantly mature. It's a tribble! Are they born pregnant? It's a tribble. It's a fucking tribble. But less cute. Why does Blinker sound like an unholy love child between Scyther and a Weeping Angel? They basically are. Weeping Angel's interesting, but I'd definitely die if I encountered one. Yeah. Nope. Anyway, so, action taken by the Foundation and relevant anomalies. So, SCP-4290. What are you? A lake? Is a class 1 eschatological entity that was thaumaturgically sealed approximately 10,000 years in the past. Its seal is expected to break in the next 7 days. F, the site of the sealing is in Qinghai, is that how you pronounce that? Lake, in the depth of 32.8 meters from the surface. Can you calm your tits, OST? Anyway, thank you. And is constructed from 8 beryllium bronze totems. The totems resemble armored humans engraved with networks of banishing runes and arranged into points of an 8-fold fractal pattern carved into lake bed, 20 meters wide. Bursts of red light are periodically released from its center. These have intensified in brightness over the past month. Information of it has been recovered from 1726 and other such anomalous record sources. The transcript below on the entity is okay. I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's in the lake. F. Alright, though through use of sample of SCP-8, enhanced by SCP-914, the Foundation reanimates the corpse of SCP-4290 and lets it loose. Kaiju Mancers from the Serpent's Hand engage, but the file isn't clear on what the results are. Heard the library detach from this universe, but it looks like these guys stayed behind. Idiots. And then 4666, the Foundation... Okay, wait. What is this? Oh, he's creepy. Also Christmas? It's currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-living humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Weissnach events typically describe 4666 as a very tall, elderly man of European descent with an extremely emaciated appearance. The entity always appears completely naked. Yo! Even when observed outdoors in freezing weather. The nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain. It appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees north latitude and possibly to any location on Earth. So they don't know what it does. But he's naked and he's living his best life. Qinghai, kind of? Is it? I thought Q's were like K's, but I could be wrong. Is a horrible combination of Santa Claus and Krampus? Oh, that makes sense. Hence the Christmas lights. All right. That's fair. Oh, hence it can teleport anywhere on Earth. Why it's naked, I guess, is the Krampus part. All right. The Foundation used temporal anomalies to make it so it is technically Christmas everywhere. Oh, fuck it. Nobody's ever going to read this anyway. Recorded file 1-3. Context, no input. Begin log. Pietro is who this is, right? Who's been experiencing all of this? Pietro Wilson, right? Alright, begin log. View is of the interior of an abandoned jewelry store from the front door. The night sky can be seen through the broken window. A teenage girl is sitting at a makeshift fire in the middle of the store. A ruby amulet is hanging around her neck. Perception filter is disabled. Wait, ruby amulet. Yo, what's that? SCP-963, Euclid. I haven't been reading how dangerous these are. My bad. It's an ornate amulet approximate... No, that's only -1. It's a lot of redacted. I guess this is just -1. Is an ornate amulet approximately 15 meters in circumference made from white gold with 13... something, brilliantly cut diamonds surrounding like K, oval cut ruby in a starburst pattern. It was discovered that this personal effect of redacted, who had been found dead by apparent suicide, surrounded by the number of supernaturally related books. Our agent in the area found that -1 was incapable of being damaged and brought it in according to protocol XLR 8R. Redacted. So we don't really know what it does. I mean, it probably does if you go farther down, but it's pronounced Qinghai. Anyway, it's a lake. And you saw how it was spelled, so F. Yeah, that thing will kill families it targets and steals children to put in a workshop where they make toys out of bodies of other children. Okay. That's a great horror story. I know writer's cramp. Is there such a thing as reader's cramp? That's fair. It's probably my brain not being able to read stuff. If Krampus is naked, I must have missed that in the lore. No, I'm just saying that's probably not Santa, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Is Dr. Bright. Basically, it transfers the consciousness of Dr. Bright to take over whatever being is wearing it. Okay, so this little girl is probably Dr. Bright. Interesting. Thank you for knowing all of this. That sounds like Santa. Where does the Krampus stuff come into it? God damn it, Fender. Perception filter was mentioned in Doctor Who. The TARDIS has one around it to blend in menially and be forgotten or not fully realized. That makes sense. Krampus takes kids. Yeah. No, Fender's just being a smart ass. All right. What a shocker. I love you. Anyway, girl. Okay, so I'll just do the voice for the girl. Hi, Japanime. Perception filter is disabled. The girl jumps back, alert, picking up a rusty pipe as a weapon. Who are you? I recognized you. The necklace, I mean. The girl groans, dropping the pipe. Ah, shit. They sent you to kill me. You're gonna be here a while. No, I got away too. Did you get away too? The girl leans forward, squinting to see Pietro's face. Jesus, you look like shit, pal. When was the last time you slept? The suit, you don't need to sleep with it on. You do need to sleep. Your face, it's seriously a disaster, man. You hate to see it. Can I come in? The girl steps back, gesturing theatrically to the store with one arm. But of course, there's enough broken glass for everyone. Pietro staggers in and sits down on the floor. The sound of crunching glass can be heard. I was joking, you know. You could have grabbed a chair. It's fine. The suit's sturdy. Suit yourself. She sits down opposite. That's a fancy piece of kit you got there. Gestures to necklace. Want to trade? Laughs. No way. I've read the file. Worth a shot. Been a while since you laughed, huh? Not been much to laugh at. Not even when Pesterbot showed up on all the TVs? Okay, that was kind of funny. So you got away too. I mean, I'm assuming you were a Foundation guy, not one of the many... Fender.
I love you too. KFTW love KFTW love KFTW love KFTW innocent.
Fender, thank you so much for the $6.66. Jesus. Thank you, thank you. Straight out of a Hellboy universe. Just listen to how to pronounce it. It sounds more like Jinghai. Okay. Time Lord's also a perception filter when the story needs it. Fender! It's a good thing these alerts don't get me. I wasn't paying attention. There you go. Convenience. Alright. So you got away too. I'm assuming you were a Foundation guy, not one of the many people I've pissed off in my lifetime here for revenge. Aren't those the same thing? Now you're getting it. Yeah, I'm Foundation. Was Foundation, I mean. Got lucky when all this started. Got into the suit and escaped. You? Well, I was senior staff. We would have been told about the plan before anyone else, but damn if I can't remember what it was. Probably because of the second file. The second file? You saw it? What was it? Whoa, cool your jets, kid. We've got all the time in the world. They were just a bunch of images. Eggs, trees, religious stuff. Didn't mean anything to me by themselves, but I guess they had something encoded in them. Didn't take like they should have, taps necklace. Probably because of this thing. So it was a memetic agent. Don't know about that. I pretty much had everything that can happen to me, well, happen to me. I know what a memetic agent feels like. It didn't feel like that. More like I was being released from something than something being forced on me. I see. So you don't really know what's going on either. Nope. Fuck. The girl removes a small bottle of beer from her pocket and takes a swig. So, you heading somewhere or just wandering around feeling sorry for yourself? I'm headed to 579. If you're suicidal, there are easier ways to go about it, believe me. You know what it is? Not a clue, which is concerning, because I'm kind of a big deal. Doesn't matter, I have to get there. Why? I just do. Where are you headed? 1437. What is this? A big hole in the ground. What is that? Is apparently an endless hole measuring in 3 meters by 3 meters located at the redacted desert. Attempts to dig into it have from the side result in the diggers encountering solid rock where logic would indicate 1437 would be. It is thus only accessible from the entrance above ground. It appears to be an access point to an as of yet unknown number of parallel universes. Objects have been known to periodically emerge from it at great speeds, including 1 U.S. quarter, first known object emergence, large quantities of dirt and rocks, believed to be an attempt by a parallel containment team to fill in their corresponding 1437. A map of North America written in Spanish. According to said map, the government of North America is La República Popular de Aguas Nuevas, or the People's Republic of New Waters. A photograph of a skyline believed to be radically altered version of New York's. Structures resembling coral are visible, and large flying organisms can be seen in the distance. Several discs made of solid gold. Accompanying the discs was a giant sheet of paper reading, "Please send rain." So basically a bunch of parallel universes. Interesting. 1437. Gonna see if I can't piss into another universe. Then throw this amulet down there and see where I wake up. Sounds like a plan. Good luck to you. I wish you good luck too, but we both know you're not getting it. Day's about to break. I'm heading off. Okay. The girl stands up and moves to the front door. She lingers at the entrance of the store for a moment. I hope you find what you're looking for at least. She leaves. Me too. End log. Endless holes must strip in name? Files deleted. We're almost done. An hour and a half later. Not the love emo I meant, but it'll do. The Master used it in the last series when he was undercover in Nazi Germany as Nazi, the current incarnation as Indian descendant. What? What? Nah, that's kind of gross. Alright. Files deleted. Journal entry 1-13. Hi, Journal. It's been a while. Right now I'm looking for Site 62C, where SCP-579 is supposed to be. There is no guards as far as I can see, and all the security is down. It looks like the place has been abandoned for a while. I was under the impression that this place was extremely high priority, but it looks like the Foundation doesn't agree with me anymore. I have the briefcase in my hands. It's difficult to breathe. I feel like everything will end soon, one way or another. I'm heading in. Journal entry 1-14. Hi again, Journal. I know I ended the last entry so dramatically, and it's been about 30 seconds since then, but I have an important update. The second I got close to Site 62C, I got a feeling like someone was pressing a gun against the back of my head. Like I was standing on the edge of a roof and someone's hands were on my back ready to push me. Some fight or flight shit dialed up as far as it could go. I don't know what SCP-579 is, but I know it's looking at me. Recorded file 1-4. Context. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Begin log. View is the inside of a hallway within Site 62C. Severe damage is visible on the walls, appearing as if it was done via usage of a large knife. The lights overhead flicker. Pietro. Fuck. The lights flicker again. When they come back on, a statue of a soldier with blades for arms is visible underneath them. It has empty sockets where its eyes should be, and its face is locked in a snarling expression. End log. Closing notes. Was wrong. They're here. Journal entry 1-15. Was right. Even if they can't notice me, they figured out I'm here. Slashing everywhere and everything in sight. Gouging one of my legs hurts like shit, but I need to keep moving. They're not chasing me, but they're headed to the same place. Need to get there first. Need to keep watching them. 1-16. Made it. Made it. Made it. Made it. I made it. Made it. I made it. Journal entry 1-17. That's not fair, but I made it. That's not fair. They're stuck behind the door. I can hear them slashing at it, but it's reinforced. We'll hold for a little while, a couple minutes at least. I'm in an observation chamber full of instruments of monitoring SCP-579. The actual containment chamber is right below me. I can just barely see it. If I strain my eyes a little, there's a hole. There's a hole in the floor that leads right down there. I know where 579 is. Even if the instruments weren't there, I can feel it. You can't be near it without feeling it, probably. For a second, I thought I could just drop the briefcase into the hole and be done with it, but that would be too easy, wouldn't it? After walking halfway across the world, I guess I haven't earned the right for something to be easy. From the angle of the hole, there and where 579 is, the briefcase wouldn't even come close to touching it. The only way it's making contact is if I were to jump in the hole and throw it on my own way down. But that height, throwing the briefcase would be the last thing I'd do. Of course, of fucking course. It's taken me my whole life to realize, but I'm not that kind of person that can be a detective. I'm just the murder victim. I die for someone else's story, and the human race is going with me. I know who done it, how done it, but those were obvious. Everyone knows those. Those were handed to me. I don't know why. In the end, I couldn't figure out even a single thing. Why is this happening? Why is the Foundation killing everybody? Why is this happening? Why did they send out those files? Why is this happening? Why did Ganzier fall? Why is this happening? Why am I taking this briefcase across the world? Why is this happening? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to die? Is there a reason? If anyone is ever going to read this, please figure it out. Explain it to me. Someone, anyone. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're about to get in. First foot forward. Journal entry 1-18. Oh. So that's how it goes. Life signs lost! What? Okay! So that's the picture of 579? Okay, I need to know what 579 is. What is that? What's 579? Data expunged. It's Keter. That does not look easy. The description data is expunged. Site consists of building house and living quarters for containment staff. It's encased in a 30 by 30 by 30 unit, in which it's kept in permanent suspension through use of electromagnetics. The site is equipped with hardline to high command, through which all reports and notifications are to be made. Staff consists of 2 teams, which are rotated bi-weekly. 579 is a thing or not a thing? What the fuck is this? There's no description of it, so I don't even know how to mentally understand it. A lot of data is expunged. Is it an Eldritch horror? Termination of agents to prevent data leakage. Okay. Yeah, there's no information on it, basically. Okay. Interesting. Well, we did it. 5,000's done. So, I have to pee. But I'm going to open the giveaway. So, exclamation point raffle. If you want to be picked to decide what SCP I read next. So, there's that. Have it ready. Make sure it's not on the list of ones I've already read and also the ones I will not read. I'm trusting you guys to also look through those and make sure it's not those. So, please don't. Exclamation point SCP if you want to check. The Master is the villain from Doctor Who? Oh, okay. Yeah. Unless, yeah, I read that. Wait. Deaths, excuse me, seems like something Dr. Bright would do. There's also an entire list of things Dr. Bright is not allowed to do in the Foundation. Interesting. Not surprising. Looks like the world is royally fucked. Well, that world. But that came from... Yeah, that's not... It's the suit. Did that come from the suit? Containing a corpse genetically identical to Pietro Wilson. So he was dead when they found it. But that's a different Pietro Wilson, not the one from our world. So whatever happened there is completely different from here. Okay, I'm good. I thought so. Okay. The fucking annoying one. Sorry, guys. All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I don't have BRB Orca for the screen. Sorry. I'll be right back. It is a mystery. Okay. All right. Sorry again for picking that. I did not realize how long or how involved or complicated it was. Honestly, I thought it was kind of cool, though, because we did get to kind of quickly read up on other SCPs. So it's kind of multiple in one. Though I like that River's like, it's long. This is you trying to cover it up. No, I didn't think you knew. All right, so let's pick a winner. Kingdom, you were the first SCP. What SCP would you like me to read? What is your SCP? Hooray! Oh my god, River just let me know. God damn it. At 1:30! Maybe River felt bad that she hadn't helped me figure out which ones were bad, so she sent me 2 that are problematic. So I'll also just check her list and see if it's not those 2. She says 3999 isn't problematic. It's just super weird and pomo? What does that mean? Probably hard to read aloud. Oh. And then she said 3512 is best to avoid. Yeah, it sounds terrible. And then she said the vorhole is gone, so we don't need to worry about that. What? Oh no! That sounds terrible! You're fine, Fender. 4469. Nice. No, I can find it. We good. Maybe. Adding? Oh, thank you, Kath. I didn't know if you were still in chat. So, yeah, it's, 3999 and well, she just said it'd be hard to read out loud, but 3512 we don't want to read that one. I loved this one. I think I need to pick 5, series 5. Okay, there we go. 4469. Nice. Memory shovel. Am I right? Is this the one? I love world-ending stories. Oh, you loved 5000? I'm glad you liked it. It's cool. It's a cool alternate universe. He might have teleported from his universe to ours when he threw that. That makes sense. When he threw the briefcase. I have to go now. Take care, Soothsayer. Happy Halloween. I really enjoyed that story. I'm so glad. All the love. Take care of yourself and have a safe holiday. All the love. That's the one? Okay. Thank you, Kingdom. All right, so object class, safe. So this is SCP-4469. 4469. Again, I just feel like I have to say nice every time I say 69. Okay. So, object class, safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-4469 is currently kept in a standard anomalous item locker in Site-19. This locker is to be locked behind a 5-digit input passcode to prevent theft. Dr. Jefferson has been chosen to personally oversee the item safekeeping and passcode. SCP-4469-A is confined to a low-level safe class humanoid chamber furnished with standard human amenities and needs. Testing of SCP-4469's anomalous properties has been halted and is currently under consideration. Description: SCP-4469 is a shovel covered in various handwritten signatures and names of people. Other than the vandalism on its blade, 4469 is otherwise in pristine physical condition. 4469 is also capable of being damaged, and it displays no indentations or physical deformities when struck against hard and abrasive surfaces. Is incapable of being damaged. I don't know if I said that. So basically, it's perfect. Okay. 4469 carries a total of 12 names written across the surface of the blade. When a new name is added and written onto the blade, the old signature written on 4469 will disappear upon a second viewing. When used with the corresponding individual, 4469 will unearth an object that the individual had lost or forgotten about. These items often hold a high degree of emotional and personal connection to the individual. All right. I am one of those people that like reading when everything goes to hell. I mean, yeah, it's Halloween. Heck yes. Raffle, so I get a chance to make up for my mistake. Is it like, did you look up the shortest SCP possible? Laughs nervously. I know SCPs. Just double check the length of the one I was looking at to make sure if I get picked it's not too long. You're fine. There is no rule on it. Just try not to have it be super long, since we did already do a long one, but most should be okay. All right, so addendum 4469.1 testing log. User Dr. Smith. Item recovered, years forgotten. Okay. One small bronze pocket watch. Dr. Smith claims that the item belonged to his great-grandmother and he had inadvertently sold the item in a garage sale years before. 6 years. Forgotten. Dr. Gerald. One expired driver's license from the state of Florida, complete with Dr. Gerald's identity and former residential address. Dr. Gerald claims to have never gotten a driver's permit within the state of Florida. So, years forgotten, undefined. Dr. Collins, a crude drawing of what appears to be a young girl in a field drawing in red, green, and blue crayon. Dr. Collins states that the item was lost in a house fire, with the young girl in the picture being his daughter who had perished in the fire. 6 years forgotten. Agent Kazmarek. One engagement ring. The ring is white and possesses a radiant-shaped diamond cut on its band. Agent Kazmarek claims no knowledge of this item's existence. Item personally disposed of by Agent Kazmarek. Undefined, years forgotten. Dr. Collins again. Okay, so Dr. Collins really wants some things. Dr. Collins does it 3 times. Otherwise, no one else does it multiple times. Interesting. So Dr. Collins, a blue pencil case with floral print. Item contains various pens, pencils, erasers, and crayons from varying degrees of deterioration and signs of usage. I wonder if he was trying to get his daughter back. Dr. Collins claims that the item belonged to his late daughter. Dr. Collins is later warned against the active usage of 4469 and has been forbidden from testing its properties by research staff until granted permission, because he's trying to get his daughter. 11 years forgotten. Agent Darcy. One silver dollar with a large scratch across one of the sides of its surface. Agent Darcy did not recall the significance of the item until after much reflection later, coming to the conclusion that the item may have been his lucky coin. 4 years forgotten. Agent Baxter, a collectible action figure of the DC Comics superhero Green Lantern. Agent Baxter does not recall how the item was lost, but claimed to have played with the item as a child. 17 years forgotten. Dr. Macwarn. Oh my god. An expired American Express credit card. Item has been maxed out of its balance. 3 years forgotten. Dr. Cormack. A framed picture of Dr. Cormack in a suit and a woman in a wedding dress standing on a church altar. Dr. Cormack claims that the woman in the photo was his first wife. Dr. Cormack claims that the picture was lost when he was forced to leave her apartment following an affair. 5 years forgotten. Agent Teller. An empty bottle of Heineken lager beer. Agent Teller claims to have a strong distaste towards all Heineken products, but recalled a period where he drank his first beer during an acquaintance's party. Agent Teller does not remember why his first alcoholic beverage was Heineken, despite having preferences for other brands at the time. 17 years forgotten. Dr. Collins. A single pink teddy bear with the name Sarah crudely sewn onto its chest in red string. Dr. Collins has been reprimanded for his unprofessional behavior and unhealthy fixation on 4469's qualities. Further attempts to utilize 4469 without staff approval and permission will result in disciplinary action. 13 years forgotten. Addendum 4469.2 Incident. How would he have a preference if he hadn't drank before? That's a good question. Lager? Lager beer? Okay. Interesting joke sounds like it would be interesting. For what? Oh, question for Kat in chat. Do you want a creepy one or like an interesting joking one? I'm fine with either, honestly. I pick from numbers I like fair. As long as it's not on the numbers list, I don't care. First beer ever always has the best taste. See, I actually hate beer. I don't drink often. I don't even know the last time I had a drink. But I've never drank to feel anything. It is only for the taste. I have never gotten drunk. I have only been buzzed once on accident, and I hated it. But I hate beer. I don't like the taste of beer ever. The only thing I tend to like the taste of is anything sweet, like coolers or Mike's. Well, Mike's Hards is kind of a cooler, and wine, specifically Moscatos, because I like sweet shit, and fucking alcohol tastes like burning. So you know. I do like mead. That's wine too, though. That's honey wine. I hear Shy Guy yell, "You like mead?" I do like mead. Well, I don't know. I've liked the mead I've tasted, which is two different meads. I had a Corona years later. That wasn't bad, but still. Yeah, like, I don't drink for at all the reaction, like the feeling that people get from drinking. So there's no, like, purpose for me to drink stuff I don't like. Don't plan to drink beer anytime soon. That's fair. You would like some of the sweeter roses? Or rosés, if that's what it is. I only enjoy drinks that are sweet and you can't taste the alcohol. Same. I don't like alcohol. Been drunk once, never again. PSA, don't drink when pissed off. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't drink in emotional states that are extremes. I feel like I'd like mead. Yeah, it's a sweet wine. Most SCPs will be fine if it's not on the banned list. And you can take some general guidance because the ban list probably isn't perfect. Like that, we want to avoid anything that you might want to attach a content or trigger warning to. Yeah. Legit point, I drink. Cheers, but I don't like getting drunk, if that makes sense. No, that's fine. Sweet drinks are my jam. And even if you like getting drunk, that's your choice. I just don't like the feeling, and I don't like necessarily being around people that are getting drunk all the time. I don't care if like a friend wants to around me because they're comfortable, but I will make sure you're safe and not fucking driving home. If you like mead, you'd probably like ice wine. Never heard of it. Chocolate. Also, I do not have any intention of drinking anytime soon due to recent events. That's fair. Totally fair. I agree with Bella Coco. Definitely didn't order some cider earlier, honest. You can drink. It's fine. You can't even taste the alcohol? I probably like it. Just depends. But anyway. Alright, incident. On the 24th of February, 2033, the alert for the SCP-4469's container was activated by an unauthorized test. On-site personnel reported that Dr. Collins had overridden the containment unit's locks with his ID card, locking the door behind him. A breaching team was then sent to force open the chamber door. Dr. Collins proceeded to use 4469 on the test ground until stopping momentarily and then digging with his hands. Dr. Collins then pulled what appears to be a human hand from the ground before pulling all the way to reveal a single naked human female. The breaching team managed to forcefully open the door and apprehend both Dr. Collins and the female entity, designated as SCP-4469-A, on the spot. Questioning of -A has revealed a background identical to that of Dr. Collins' daughter, Sarah Collins, and claims to be over 14 years of age despite appearing much older. -A is also mentally consistent with that of an adolescent human. Furthermore, a genetic analysis of 4469-A has revealed a high probability of being closely related to that of Sarah Collins. Buddy. F? Exploration video. Video log transcript. Date, February 24th, 2033. Subject, SCP-4469-A. Interviewer, Dr. Jefferson. Begin log. Mr. Jefferson, hello, how are you today? Dash A. I'm fine, thank you. That's good. What's your name? Sarah? Okay, Sarah. Do you know your mother's first name? Bella? And your father? Michael? Alright, how old are you, Sarah? I'm 4. Subject looks down at herself in a bemused fashion. 14. I know that this isn't what it looks like, but... No, it's quite fine. We want to know your answers. Dr. Jefferson looks through his notes. So, do you know where you are? I don't know. An interrogation room? Well, this is hardly an interrogation, more of an interview, really. Do you know how you ended up here? I don't know. What? How? I don't... Wait, why can't I remember? No, wait. I know I crawled out of the ground. Someone grabbed my hand and I was pulled out? I don't know why there was so much dirt around me. Was I buried alive? That question is a little too complicated to answer. How about, do you remember anything from before? Any memories as a child, perhaps? I remember... Wait, what kind of memories? Anything. You can choose whatever you can recall the most. It doesn't have to be too specific. Okay, I remember I used to live in a 2-story house. It was a good neighborhood, and, I had these toys lying around my room. I had a lot of these stuffed animals and plushies. I remember one of them had my name on it, I think. Was it this one? Dr. Jefferson brings out the toy bear with the name Sarah imprinted on it and gives it to the subject. Yeah, this is the one. Where did you get this? We brought it over from your house. We thought it might make you feel more comfortable. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Well, we just need you to answer one more question for us. What is it? What do you remember when you were trapped underground? Dash A does not respond to the question. Okay. That may have been a bit too complicated for you to answer in your current state. What did it feel like as you crawled out of the ground? It felt like my skin was on fire. Like, not the pain, but the super sensitivity. Like I could feel everything on my bare skin at once. You know how when you sit down on your legs for about a half an hour and you can't feel them? And then when you let go and blood flows back to them and you get a rush of this, of like ticklishness? That's how it felt, but it was pain. But it was tolerable pain. Like really small needles pricking, nipping at my skin all at once. I see. That's rather curious. Yeah, but that doesn't compare to being in the body of a grown woman. Well, we don't know for sure why or how this happened. I'm sure you still have a lot of questions, but that will be all for now. We need to run some tests on you first. Okay, doctor? Yes. Where's my mom and dad? Jefferson pauses momentarily. They're aware of your condition, but I'm afraid we cannot grant them access to you at this time. We have to conduct tests before they're permitted. I understand. Thank you, doctor. You're welcome, Sarah. End log. Subject was later given amnestic treatment targeted toward the memories of her parents to prevent Dashes A's growing concern of their well-being for her. Of note is that Dr. Collins is divorced from his late ex-wife, Bella Grimand, following the death of their child, Sarah, in the house fire. Update. Dash A has begun to increase in intellect and intelligence. Subject's mental age is theorized to reach her normal age by late September of 2033. That is interesting. Weird. Fucking idiot. Should not have brought... I mean, it's her, but it's not her? I don't know. It's fucking weird. Okay, hat. There we go. That is really weird. All right. Dr. Collins, what did you do? Yeah, walked in on my ex. Long story short, didn't realize just how much I had drank until the next day. It was not fun. I'm giving you all the hugs, Wolf Prince. Okay, maybe he's an idiot, but wouldn't you do it? No. I don't think I would. Like, honestly, I don't think I'd even use the shovel because I'd be afraid it would bring up, like, my cat that passed away. Like, I wouldn't want that. Because also you don't know if it's coming up alive or if you're getting their dead body. So, like, I wouldn't have taken the risk. So, no. I don't think I would. Soma vibes, kinda. Thank you. Thank you, Kingdom, for this SCP. So next SCP, I'm going to reset. Exclamation point raffle if you want to enter to pick what SCP I read. Next, again, remember, check the SCP list and make sure it's not on that list because I will not read those. Pet Cemetery style, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Also, she doesn't remember being buried alive, but what if she had? Right, what if she remembered dying? What if she remembered being burned? Yeah, not buried alive, burned. I read that wrong. Thanks for reading. Also, apology if it was too long. No, you're fine. That was perfect. That was normal SCP length. You're fine. Oh, do I need to rejoin? Yeah, it was closed once it picked a winner. Where's the list? Exclamation point SCP. That's the list. Oh, the energy. I'd probably just dig up a plate of pancakes because my granny, God rest her soul, made some killer pancakes. Yo. Love that. I like how some of them were like, they don't remember it. They're like, okay, well, I have this thing now. Or threw it away. I like how one of them was a credit card that was maxed out. My senior girl is snoring. Oh. I wonder if there was a way to influence what it dug up. That's a good question. The agent clearly remembered his ring. I mean, true. One engagement ring. The ring is white, possesses radiant shape. Has no knowledge of the item's existence. And then personally disposed of by him. He threw it away. And it's just a lie guy? That's possibly. But yeah, the credit card just seems like not like a personal, like, this meant a lot to me. It's just like, oh, fuck, it's my credit. That's my debt. Great. That's what I fucking wanted. Anyway, all right, picking a winner. In 3, 2, 1. Tara, you get the next one. Let me know what number you want me to read. Yes. SCP-2662. It's probably in Series 3. Yeah. 2662. Cthulhu, fuck off! What the fuck? I'm guessing this is the joke? It doesn't say J, though. That's amazing, though. Could mean a lot, as in they got themselves into a severe and threatening amount of debt. I mean, yeah, like, not necessarily mean a lot in any sort of personal way, but in a fuck way. Massive debt created an emotional connection. Not a good emotion. That's true. I would join the raffle, but I kind of already lost track of all the ones we read. Again, you could just check the list. Of all the ones we read today, we've only read 5000. And then the one we just read, which I don't remember the number, and 662. That's all we've read. I don't care if you guys ask me to read more in depth one of the ones from 5000. That's fine. I'm not counting I read those because I didn't read them. I just wanted to kind of get my head wrapped around them in a way. So really you just need to go off that list and then the ones I've read. Okay, so this is Tara's suggestion. Item SCP-2662, object class, used to be Euclid, is now Keter. For those wondering, I don't think I explained. Safe is, in theory, safe. Euclid is kind of like only dangerous if you piss it off or mess with it. or activated or whatever, Keter is fucking violent, usually, or dangerous. Special containment procedures. Containment of SCP-2662 is primarily focused on preventing unauthorized entry into its containment unit. For this purpose, on-site Task Force Tau-9 belligerent bodyguards has been organized to guard SCP-2662's containment unit and keep track of new religious followings focusing on the worship of 2662. Task Force Tau-9 is, and what's crossed out, to use non-lethal methods when dealing with an attempt of unauthorized entry is crossed out. Authorized to use lethal force if necessary. All members of Task Force Tau-9 are to be tested biannually for cognitohazardous influence. As containment of 2662 is completely voluntary, it is currently contained in an enlarged humanoid containment unit with standard safety measures for low-risk humanoids as detailed in document 0998KA. Additionally, 2662 is allowed to one copy of a daily newspaper of its choice, a computer, and requested computer games totaling no more than $50 every month. Description: 2662 is a cognitohazardous entity approximately 4 meters in height and 200 kilograms in weight. 2662 appears to be in a vague humanoid shape with approximately 20 additional muscular hydrostats in similar structure to cephalopod limbs attached to its back. These limbs are fully functional and allow 2662 to perform up to 10 different tasks at once. 2662's primary anomalous effect only occurs after long-term repeated exposure, usually by being in the same room as or interacting daily with SCP-2662. Subjects exposed to 2662 for a period of 6 months or longer are at risk of becoming acutely aware of 2662's wants or needs and are compelled to fulfill them. They may also suffer from quasi-psychotic episodes when under stress. 2662 is unable to affect humans that have a 2 or higher Mars mind-affecting resistance score. 2662's secondary anomalous effect is the spontaneous generation of religious followings at an approximate rate of at least once a month. This generation is involuntary and causes 2662 notable distress. Religious groups generated by 2662 usually focus on attempting to break into its contaminant unit. Oh my god. Contaminant. I can read. That's not contaminant. That's fucking containment. Hi, Keeper. How are you? I too am a vague humanoid shape. You guys should be following and watching Keeper too if you're not already. He's super fantastical. Has been playing a lot of Pokemon. Go give him a follow. First 3 added to list. Oh my god, thank you, Kath. Thank you. It's more of safe equal has been contained and can be contained. Euclid, kinda hard to contain. Contain effects of. Keter, super difficult to contain, or effects of said thing would be catastrophic should it get out. Isn't there a 4th now? I read one that was like thaumaturgic, I think. I don't know what that means. I was thinking about that even though you wanted pancakes, Dawn. There is a potential of your grandma. I know. I don't know. Does that mean that the SCP has a tentacle on their back? Well, limbs. It doesn't say what kind of limbs. Words are hard. They are. Anyway, it doesn't, I think I have to click these log excerpts. Anyway, religious groups generated by 2662 usually focus on attempting to break into its containment unit in order to perform various rituals that are violent and or sexual in nature. These groups tend to be highly organized and appear to adapt to each failed attempt, despite there being generally no contact between different generated religious followings. Below is an incomplete log of incidents relating to SCP-2662. A full list can be found in document 2662-I. Incident 2662-7. On Redacted 2003, a religious group known as Towards Him successfully broke into its containment. Containment. It's log excerpt. Oh, new bookmark. I don't want that. Oh, okay. It's like this. Credentials accepted. Welcome, researcher K redacted M redacted. Cadacted. It did say cephalopod or whatever, so squiddy? Maybe. Isn't the whole state of Connecticut an SCP? That would not surprise me. It said cephalopod limbs. Isn't that like limbs on squids or octopuses? Yes and no. Isn't an isopod... Like, aren't cephalopods different things, though? Cephalopods aren't always tentacles, I don't think. I could be wrong. It did say Cthulhu, though. Alright. SCP-2662 is seen taking a shower in preparation for sleep. There is a loud noise as previously undiscovered explosives are detonated underneath the center of its containment unit. This is at 2250. 2251. 5 injured civilians climb out of the hole left by the detonation. 2662 leaves the shower to investigate the noise. 2252. Agents redacted and redacted notify Task Force Tau 9 of a breach into containment. They attempt to suppress the initial 5 civilians unsuccessfully as 5 more arrive with weapons. 2256. After a brief struggle, agents redacted and redacted are pinned down and tied with rope by the civilians. The injured civilians approach SCP-2662. The uninjured civilians stab their hands with knives, masturbate, and then draw unknown symbols on the wall with a mixture of sexual fluids and bloods. Ew. Ew? 2258. SCP-2662. Oh man, come on. That's really not sanitary or necessary. SCP-2662 appears to gag upon witnessing the symbols. I like that the Cthulhu's like, bros, this is too much. I like that even the thing they're worshipping is like, bro, no, I hate this. I love that. Oh my god. The poor SCP, I know! Anyway, it appears to gag upon witnessing the symbols. The injured civilians successfully corner it in the shower stall. 2259. The injured civilians are seen squeezing, basically they're getting blood and rubbing it onto 2662 while singing. 2662. Jesus Christ, stop, please, I just took a shower! 23 hours. 11 p.m. Task Force Tau 9 arrive to SCP-2662's containment unit. Task Force Tau 9 managed to suppress all civilians successfully and proceed to move 2662 to a temporary unit until repairs can be completed. The poor thing. This is why I said it was a funny SCP. The poor SCP! Alright. Incident 2662-13. On Redacted 2005, a religious group known as the Betrothed, successfully broke into 2662's containment. Credentials accepted. Welcome, researcher K redacted M redacted. Alright. The SCP is like, I want you to worship me, but not like this. I know. 10-minute response time for something as apparently important as that. Step up your game, Tau 9. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh Jesus, I just read ahead. Innocent, cover your eyes and ears. Okay, well at least Finder read ahead. I didn't. All cephalopods have tentacles? Oh, never mind, I was totally wrong. I'm good with a granny passing. She suffered severe osteoporosis and was bound to a wheelchair last 10 years. Oh, Dawn. Although she was a real supportive and generally saint as a person. Oh, Dawn. All the hugs for your grandma. Similar arms with their or whatever they're called. Cuttlefish are the best is all I'm saying. Cuttlefish! Cuttlefish! Even the SCP is like, okay, just no. That's amazing. Yeah. I just realized you haven't read my favorite SCP before. That's exciting. Oh. This poor SCP, I know. Yep. Anyway. So. 822. SCP-2662 is seen eating breakfast and reading a newspaper. 824. Security officer stationed at 2662's containment unit enter with a researcher. The researcher can be seen carrying a piglet. 825. SCP-2662. Can I help you? 826. Researcher. Redacted. Oh, our Lord, please accept this innocent suckling wine, freshly orphaned from slaughter of both mother and father. May its soul of loss fuel you. Researcher. Redacted. Proceeds to cast a piglet in front of SCP-62 or 2662 and place things on its food. 2662. No thanks. I'm full. Go home. Your, lord is pleased with the offering. Task Force Tau 9 is notified of breach into containment. 829. 2662 attempts to read its newspaper. Researcher redacted slits the piglet's neck and throws it onto the table. Blood splatters the newspaper. 830. 2662. What? Look, can you go read a Bible or something? You really, really need it. SCP-2662 puts the newspaper down. The accompanying security officer execute researcher redacted via gunshot to the head. They then begin consuming her. Okay. The 832. 2662 leaves the scene to vomit in a toilet. Fair. 834. Task Force Tau 9 arrived to move 2662 to a temporary containment unit and detain the guards. Oh my god. After further investigation, all involved personnel were civilians posing as personnel. It is unknown as to the whereabouts of the actual researcher and security officers. Incident 2662-78. How many incidences have there been? On redacted 2014, an unnamed religious group consisting of D-class personnel and 2 members of Task Force Tau 9 successfully broke into SCP-2662's containment. 2662 was redesignated as Keter upon further review of the incident of 78. All right, last one. This is longer. Same researcher. 407. 2662 can be seen sleeping in its bed. 410. The entirety of Task Force Tau 9 is called for an off-site mission. Against orders, Task Force Tau 9 chooses to leave 4 of its members behind to watch over SCP-2662. 415. 2 of the remaining members tackle and lock the other 2 in unused containment unit. 420. A cargo truck arrives on site redacted where SCP-2662 is being kept. 525. The 2 remaining members unload a cargo of D-class personnel. They lead the D-class personnel to Task Force Tau 9's armory. Isn't D-class the ones that are criminals and stuff and used for experiments? I believe. Like used to contain really dangerous things because they basically don't care if they live or die. That's great. 430. The D-class and the remaining members arm themselves from the armory and break into SCP-2662's containment unit. 431. 2662 is roused. Several D-class personnel guard the exit to the containment unit as well as the corresponding hallway. 2662. What? Are we moving? I'm not scheduled until next week. 435. Agents redacted and redacted, the 2 remaining available members of Task Force Tau 9 begin undressing the D-class personnel that are not guarding. 436. SCP-2662 attempts to alert Task Force Tau 9 to no response. 437. Agents redacted and redacted begin carving symbols into the butts and thighs of the undressed personnel, D-class personnel. The D-class personnel begin to engage in basically an orgy after being carved. All right. You do what you want to do. All right, 439. 2662. What the fuck? Seriously, now? Look, seriously, can you go find another god? I hear Buddhism is all the rag? I've never heard that term. D-Class 99304 attempts to pull SCP-62 into the group. 2662. 2662. The fuck? Stop! Seriously, Lord commands you and all that stuff to cut this shit out. 440. All D-Class personnel currently engaged in sex cease their movements. They all turn to stare at SCP-2662. Task Force Tau 9 arrive at the off-site meeting point only to be told no such mission exists. Task Force Tau 9 begin moving back to Site Redacted. 441. SCP-2662. Oh, thank God, I can control you guys now. Kinda. Maturity's happening right on time. Good to know. Okay, tell me what the fuck is going on here. 442. Agent Redacted. After the blood birthing ritual, we're going to take you to your sacred chambers where we, our families, and our lineage will remain in service to you for all eternity. The people here cage you. With us, you may go as you please. You may go where you please. 445, SCP-2662. You must be kidding. I can leave whenever I want? I just have to ask? Besides, the D-class personnel begin to continue engaging in group sex. SCP-2662. Seriously, stop! You're all fucking disgusting. I'm not even ready to settle down with a cult yet. I'm only like 200 years old. I'm barely legal. 446, Agent Redacted. Do you really think the Foundation will let you go if you ask? Well, you can certainly ask. You'll be sorely disappointed, my lord. 448, SCP-2662. Yeah, well, if it turns out to be the case, I can just wait until I'm strong enough to break out. In the meantime, I'm gonna go sit in the bathroom and wait. The rest of you can do your all stupid blood orgy. SCP-2662 moves to the shower stall and turns on the water. It sits in the shower stall for the remainder of the incident. Oh. I'm barely legal. I'm 200 years old. That was great. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Cynthia. Have a lovely evening and happy Halloween. This poor freaking SCP. They just want to live in peace. I know. D-class are super expendable. That's what I thought. Okay. It's gonna need a therapy. Like how earlier Kat was all like boobies and titties, and now not so much. Well, this is bloody titties. That's not as fun. Basically, this occurs once a month, so it's like a traumatizing period it has to go through each month. Oh, they're death row inmates? That's what I thought. Okay. I think it's meant to be all the rage, but cut off by being grabbed. Oh, thank you, baby. Guess what I just read? SCP-2662. It's Cthulhu, but it doesn't want to be praised. But things keep, like, trying to come in and rescue it, and cult members and stuff. And it's like, go away! River doesn't remember it. That 200 years old line is golden. I know, I'm only 200 years old. I mean, it kind of sounds like they want to live in peace until they're ready to fuck everyone up. Yeah, I mean, fair. Someone give them a damn hug. Oh my god, that was amazing. River got me McDonald's. I have a smoothie. All right, next SCP. Refreshing. Please, exclamation point raffle, if you want to tell me an SCP to read. So only $50 for video games a month. I know, the poor dude. Hence the reclassification to Keter, because the Foundation knows it's only a matter of time before it gets out. Yeah. That makes sense. Never thought Cthulhu needs a hug would be a thing. Just looks straight like orange juice. It's mango pineapple. So I mean. Can we rejoin if one was selected? Try to let others get a chance first. And then you can rejoin once we've gone through everyone. Yeah, average new game is 60, yeah. I mean, this was also, it depends how long ago this was written. Sounds like we have at least a couple hundred years until we really have to worry about it wanting to leave, yeah. Well, even if it wants to leave, it might not even want to, like, progress out. Like, it might just want to be able to come and go as it wants. There's always Steam sales. I mean, true. True, it just depends if they gave him a computer or console. I think they said computer, actually. Wait, what does it say? Footnote? It can only affect approximately 5% of the human population and 2% of the Foundation personnel. Therefore considered low risk. Shop the sales, yeah. Alright, gonna pick a new person right now. Stardust! Stardust loves doves! What SCP do you want me to read this next time? Beep, 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 beep. Yays! It'd be cool if I can get through everyone. I don't know, though. It depends how long each SCP is. Because I was kind of only expecting to go till 4. But it just depends. 2662 is Cthulhu, but acts like either Gen Z or Millennial. Kind of. Sales and Nintendo releases. That has been touched, Stardust. SCP-999 is on the list of ones I read last year. If you want to check which ones I've read, it's exclamation point SCP. It is the cute blob, but we have read it. I can show you what it looks like, though. The Tickle Monster! Oh, it doesn't show what it looks like. F. Well, basically a tickle monster. It's allowed to freely roam the facility should it desire to. No problem, Stardust. It basically acts like a dog. Elated gurgles. Oh, I forgot. It's actually friends with 682, too. It's like the only thing 682 is, like, not murderous towards. It is a precious bean. Yeah, fan art of it is super cute. I'm afraid to, though, because I don't have safety on. So, I'm not going to on stream. I'll stretch. Rankame, thank you for redeeming that. 2662 just wants to grow up in peace without having to deal with random cults. Exactly. It's pretty much an orange blob with an uwu face. It's true. Style Boutique 2 was still full price when 3 was released. Oh my god. I just revamp all my channel emotes to be SCP emotes. Oh. I'm gonna need some time to think about this. Okay, I'll pick someone new for now then, Stardust. Alright, pick a winner. Rin! Rin, you are the next person. Let me know what SCP you would like me to read. Is this about Gigantic? What's the Gigantic? The Gigantic. Do we need to pick a different winner and come back to Stardust? Yeah, that's what, I mean, I figured Stardust says they need time, so. SCP-701. Let's go. Excuse me, the Hanged King's Tragedy. Is this it? Oh my god, this is making me burp so much. Hi, Accidental Hermit. I love the WK. Oh, We Know the Devil music in the background. You know it? I've not seen the abbreviation for it, so that looked like radio. Radio station. Yeah, I figured We Know the Devil has great music for, like, spoopy ambiance. It's spooky? Okay. I will read it. We Know the Devil. That's what WKTD is. Oh shit, good choice. Called Style Savvy in the US. Oh, Kita's played that. Also, I heard you mention it at the beginning. Oh yeah. Okay. So I didn't know you were around all of this time. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. That one is already a nope from me, dog. Oh, this one? I mean, it's creepy looking. Curious as to what it is. I don't think I know. I don't think I've heard it before. I'm stretching, sorry. And then once I'm finished stretching, I will. Again, just as a reminder, today's the last day to do spooky alerts if you want to trigger them. Thought I'd say so that way people aren't like, oh, damn, and forget if they didn't mean to. He's creepy looking. I like it when they have images. I get why some don't, but I like it when they do. Although then you get the problems of like 173, where the artist did not ever intend for it to be creepy. It's just their art. But now it's like used in other things without their permission. So I get that. Like, be careful what pictures you use. Maybe try and find ones that are stock photos. Or you made yourself. I hope they make the next one on Switch. Yeah, Kita's hoping they do. I'd love to watch her play it. Alright. Done stretching. Whew. I will say over time, this hat gets itchy. It's not a very comfortable material, but it looks great. Stealing art is a no-no, yeah. The problem is a lot of people don't know that it's art. Like, they're just like, oh, it's SCP-173. But it's really an artist that made that statue. So, all right. This is from Rin. SCP-701. Object Class Euclid. Special containment procedures. All materials relating to SCP-701 are to be kept in a triple-locked archive at storage site redacted. These items currently consist of the 2 currently extant copies of the 1640 Quarto, 27 copies of the 1965 trade paperback edition, 10 copies of a 1971 hardcover printing, 21 floppy diskettes consisting of data seized from raids on Expunged, 1 SVHS video cassette tape designated SCP-701-19 redacted-A, and 1 steel knife of unknown origin, designated SCP-701-19 redacted-B. At no time are any of these items to be removed from the room. Access to the area is to be heavily monitored. Absolutely no personnel whatsoever is to be granted access to the archive without the express, in-person permission of doctors. Is that plural? I don't know what DRS would mean otherwise. L redacted, R redacted, and J redacted. Description: SCP-701, The Hanged King's Tragedy, is a Caroline-era revenge tragedy in 5 acts. Performances of the play are associated with sudden psychotic and suicidal behavior among both observers and participants, as well as the manifestation of a mysterious figure, classified as SCP-701-1. Historical estimates place the number of lives claimed by the play at between redacted and redacted over the past 300 years. Performances of the Hanged King's Tragedy do not always end with an outbreak. Of the redacted recorded performances, only redacted 36.78% have ended with SCP-701 events. According to historical records and investigations, these outbreaks generally follow the same pattern. 1 to 2 weeks, 7 to 14 days prior to event. During the dress rehearsal period, cast members will begin spontaneously deviate from the published text of the play, rather than improvisation or gaffes associated with the going off script. Said deviations are both orderly and consistent, as if the actors were working off a new version of the script. The cast and production crew will seem unaware of any change, and, if it is brought to their attention, will state that the play has run that way from the beginning. 2 to 3 hours prior to event. The outbreak generally occurs during opening night, or else at the production of the greatest planned attendance, generally falling within the first week after the play's opening. 1 to 2 hours before event. SCP-701-1 begins to appear on stage in the final scene of Act 1, generally in the background or to the side of the main action. It may seem to enter or exit the stage area, but does not appear to ever enter the backstage or offstage area. It simply disappears when not on stage. The cast does not appear to notice or comment on SCP-701-1, at least at first. The event, SCP-701-1, appears fully on stage during the banquet scene in Act 5. Here, it will be incorporated into the action of the play as the Hanged King. The cast will either murder each other or commit suicide, sometimes using items that seem to appear spontaneously on stage. Rioting breaks out in the audience, with viewers randomly attacking anyone in front of them, regardless of prior relationship. Following the event, if any of the audience members survive the initial outbreak, they may exit the performance space, in which case they will continue to engage in random or opportunistic violence. Victims will generally require sedation or restraint in this scenario. Normal personality will begin to return roughly 24 hours after the event. Surviving victims will generally exhibit signs consistent with a traumatic experience. No shit. Some will have no recollection of the event. Others may be rendered permanently comatose or psychotic. All right. Jesus. Hi, Moko Moko. Hello, hello. I just went into Animal Crossing real quick and changed into my Lanita costume. Yo! Oh, good night, Greta. Have a lovely evening and a happy Halloween. Be safe. Take care of yourself. All right. For a typical case study of an outbreak, see incident report SCP-701. What happens if I click? Fuck! All right. Open it in a new tab. For a typical case study of an outbreak, see incident report SCP-701-19 redacted-1. An analysis of the events leading up to the last uncontained SCP-701 event in 19 redacted. During a high school drama performance in redacted. More information on the play's published text, see document SCP-701-1640-B-1. In short, 701 is a self-evolving memetic virus transmitted through unknown means through the text of a play. Dr. L. Redacted has theorized that SCP-701 events may involve expunged. This hypothesis is consistent with the spike in redacted levels detected via satellite in the vicinity of the 19 redacted incident, indicating expunged. Foundation agents are understanding orders. Oh my god. Foundation agents are under standing orders to suppress any performance or publication of SCP-701 whenever found or detected. Despite our best efforts to the contrary, however, the play remains freely available online, sometimes under different titles. All attempts to detect or isolate the origin of these copies have failed. Suppression of the play's publication has generally been successful, but most copies of a 1971 scholarly edition destroyed before distribution. Nonetheless, copies of the 1965 trade paperback turn up with some regularity in both college and high school libraries. Agents are to obtain or otherwise destroy these items whenever possible. History. The first known publication of the Hanged King's tragedy was as a quarto dated 1640. The play's author is not listed. The publisher, one William Cook, disappeared from the historical record soon thereafter. Strangely, the text does not appear in the stationer's register. The first known SCP-701 event on record occurred in 18 redacted during a performance of the play in redacted USA. Other significant incidents include the 19 redacted performance at a small theater in redacted. The 1964 performance at the University of redacted. The 19 redacted performance at Redacted University. The first SCP-701 event successfully suppressed by the Foundation. The 19 redacted performance by a student group in Redacted, California. The 19 redacted television adaptation by the Redacted Broadcasting Corporation. Production successfully shut down by the Foundation before broadcast. And the 19 redacted incident in Redacted, Ohio, I assume that's Ohio, USA, designated SCP-701-19 redacted-1. Publication history. Original 1940 Quattro, all known copies, in Foundation custody. 1733 Folio Edition, published 1790. 1813 Cambridge University Press Edition. 1965 Trade Paperback Edition. And 1971 Hardcover Edition. Agents should note that the copies of the play have been filed under different titles or spellings of the title. Furthermore, photocopies of the 1965 text have been found in circulation throughout college theater departments in the continental United States and the United Kingdom. Additional. Given the high probability of expunged, in my mind, I again recommend that SCP-701 be upgraded to Keter class. The SCP-701 memetic virus may very well be the forefront of an invasion scenario. Furthermore, expunged. Dr. L. Redacted. Numbers. Denied. None of the current information we have on SCP-701 indicates an XK class scenario. Until we have additional data, classification will remain at Euclid. Face facts, Doctor. The cat's been long out of the bag on this one. And in this line of business, we consider ourselves lucky if we only use 100 people or so every 10 years. Damn. Alright. Here's some incidents reports. Alright. Stay safe too, thank you. I'm at work and a coworker came in and her perfume is overpowering. Oh god. Spice scent, but still overpowering. Willie Mays appeared in the Hall of Fame just this morning. Surprise! God damn it, Star Trek. Alright. Incident report SCP-701-19 redacted-1. SCP involved 701. Date redacted 19 redacted. Location expunged. Report prepared by doctors R redacted and J redacted on the content of 701-19 redacted A. Dash A, I'm just gonna say dash A, is 187 millimeter by 103 millimeter by 25 millimeter VHS video cassette tape recovered by investigators from the scene of the incident. A performance of 701 at Redacted High School and Redacted. Tape was found in a destroyed consumer-grade camcorder, which was apparently recording the performance from a vantage point within the audience. It is the only surviving record of the event. Please see the SCP-701 archives for the full transcript of the recording. In order to compare the identified deviations during the 701 event with the actual plot of the published text, see document 701-1640-B1, which we will look at. All right. Interesting. Okay, so this is like the play. So check the timestamps. I'm not going to read them. But tape begins. House lights go down. Curtain rises. The play begins as published with Gonzalo's coronation speech. A possible sighting of 701-1 during Isabella's ravings. An anomalous shadow not belonging to one of the cast members shows up along the back wall of the set. Shadow disappears. First deviation from text. Rather than the dialogue between Francisco and the courtesan, the curtain drops and comes back up on a bare stage. Antonio enters from stage right. First indirect sighting of 701-1. The shadow of a figure seems to appear on the back wall from stage right. Antonio stops in place and acts surprised. The shadow disappears. Antonio begins a long soliloquy, confirming that he now believes Isabella's. Dr. J redacted notes that while the soliloquy is in the style of the rest of the play and seems to be accurate Caroline era dialogue, Antonio's speech in the scene does not exist in the original text. Excuse me. Curtain drops. Curtain rises on Francisco and the courtesan. Antonio returns. The play continues as scripted. First direct sighting of 701-1, it enters and stands at the edge of the stage, left towards the end of Act 2, Scene 1. Gonzalo's dialogue concludes, as scripted, with the mention of an appointment with the ambassador from Alagada. He exits stage left. SCP-701-1 seems to turn and follow him as lights go down. Second sighting of 701-1 during Act 3, Scene 1. It appears on the edge of the stage right as Gonzalo and Petruccio murder Sortino. The scene concludes with Gonzalo ordering his cooks to prepare the corpse a stew. As a stew. Oh, meatloaf. Scripts recovered from the scene indicate that the section had been cut in rehearsal. Third sighting of -1 appears close to stage left as Antonio kills Isabella. Fourth sighting of -1 enters with Gonzalo at the beginning of Act 4, Scene 1, and follows him throughout the scene. The scene also contains two key moments. First, Gonzalo seems to nod to -1 when he mentions the ambassador of Alagada. This is the first time a cast member has seemed to indicate to -1's presence. Second, the scene ends with a deviation from the text, whereas the script speech at the end... Shh. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Coraline? Alright, Second, the scene ends with a deviation from the text, whereas the scripted speech at the end of Act 4, Scene 1 ends with Gonzalo considering his own moral inequity. Gonzalo here seems to be more concerned that his tribute will be sufficient for the ambassador. Lights go down. Fifth sighting. -1 enters stage left at the end of Act 4, Scene 2, as Antonio leaves to secure a blade for his coup. Rather than exiting, Antonio stops in front of -1, who hands him a long dagger. This is believed to be the first appearance of the item classified as SCP-701-19 redacted-B. Note that there is no mention of the item in the prop list or other records maintained by the public production. I'm just gonna bye-bye now. All right. Other record. Okay. SCP-701-1 and Antonio depart the stage together. 6th sighting. -1 appears on stage left as Connery and Ludovico exit. These are some names. The lights come up. Act 5, Scene 1, the banquet scene. Begins as scripted. Antonio enters, bearing a piece of parchment. Here the textual deviations begin in earnest. Rather than the parchment being Petruchio's, confession as scripted, Antonio instead describes it as an invoice from the ambassador of Alagada. Care? Oh, it just felt like it. Anyway, proving that Gonzalo owes more tribute than he intends to pay. -1 enters at this point from stage right. The entire cast seems to perceive it. Gonzalo stands up, curses as an aside to the audience, and runs for stage left. The rest of the cast, including Alinda and Francisco, who entered from stage left, physically restrain Gonzalo and drag him back onto the stage. -1, meanwhile, moves to the center of the stage, where it stands in front of Gonzalo's throne. A noose is dropped onto the stage from above. The cast force Gonzalo into the noose as he begins to curse in Italian, and in one place, possibly Latin, the noose is drawn taut, and the cast drops Gonzalo. He begins to asphyxiate. You know what I'm saying. Cat hair or cat hair? Timonas and Finders, same wavelength. Some of the names in this are trying. It's fine, Ren. Antonio speaks. With this, the tribute in full it is paid. The actor takes -B, the dagger, and draws it across Gonzalo's stomach, spilling his intestines across the stage. Alinda takes the dagger from Antonio. She speaks. With this, fool's blood, it is the Hanged King's. She cuts Antonio's throat. Ropes drop from the roof of the stage, a noose for each cast member. The cast assembles underneath them. Alinda takes position next to -1. Alinda, with this, our blood, it is the Hanged King's. The cast hang themselves. -1 moves through the hanging corpses and to front center stage. The stage lights cut out. Sounds of screaming and physical violence around the camera. Loud sound, most likely the camera being knocked over. The camera is destroyed, tape ends. Alright. So -B is the blade? It seems? -B-1. Why are all these fucking dashes? Jesus. The following is a summary of the published text of the Hanged King's Tragedy, classified 701, prepared by Dr. J, redacted, from a copy of the 1640 Quattro in Foundation custody. Dramatis Personae, Gonzalo, King of Trinculo, Isabella, Queen of Trinculo, formerly the wife of Sforza, the murdered king, now married to Gonzalo. Antonio, a minor noble. Francisco, Antonio's servant. The Duke of Sortino. Alinda, daughter of the Duke. Petruchio, a noble lord allied with Gonzalo. Lodovico, a servant of Gonzalo. Corneri, a priest. Beatrice, a servant of the queen. A courtesan. A palace guardsman. The ambassador of Milan, ambassador of Florence, and ambassador of Alagada. Setting. The play is set in the kingdom of Trinculo. Probably a misspelling of Trinacria? Trinistria? I don't know. Another name for Sicily. In the capital of Serico. Another name for the city of Syracuse. As the play opens, Sforza, the king of Trinculo, has died, supposedly from natural causes, while on retreat from the court. The notability of Trinculo gathers in the capital for the coronation of the new king, Sforza's younger brother, Gonzalo, who has also married Sforza's queen, Isabella. Despite the text's references to contemporary Italian city-states, such as Florence and Milan, much of the play's setting is obviously pure fantasy. There were never any kings of Sicily compared to Gonzalo or Sforza, and the capital of the historical kingdom of Sicily was Palermo, not Syracuse. The author may have chosen to move the play's events to Syracuse due to the city's historical association with tyranny. There is also no record of any country or place known by the name of Alagada, a mysterious but apparently powerful state that plays a significant role in the plot. It may be intended as a reference to one of the Muslim states or cities on the Mediterranean coast, such as Tunis or Algiers. Plot summary. The plot of The Hanged King's Tragedy bears a marked resemblance to many earlier plays of the same genre, including Shakespeare's Hamlet and Titus Andronicus. In fact, past investigations into SCP-701 events have noted that the Hanged King's Tragedy was often chosen for production as a less violent alternative to the two plays mentioned. The two murders in the SCP-701 text can be construed as occurring off stage, and the implication of cannibalism in Act 3 can be easily cut from the script. Act 1. The play opens during Gonzalo's coronation. Gonzalo opens with a toast to the assembled notability, then departs the stage. Drunk on the wine, Isabella confesses to some of the courtiers left on the stage that Sforza did not die in his sleep as reported. Instead, while on retreat in the countryside, Sforza was fed a sleeping potion by Isabella, then murdered by Gonzalo and his supporters. As a final show of disrespect, the conspirators hanged the king like a common criminal from a tree. Isabella goes on to proclaim that Antonio, a minor noble visiting the king's court for the first time, is actually her and Sforza's son, and their rightful heir to the throne. Isabella collapses and is taken off stage by the servants. Francisco asks Antonio if he believes the queen's story. Antonio makes light of the situation, and they exit. Back in Antonio's rented lodgings, Francisco attempts to barter with the courtesan. Antonio enters the stage, clearly in shock. He reports that while off stage, he saw the ghost of Sforza, who confirmed Antonio's parentage and the queen's description of his death. Act 2. Gonzalo, having learned of Isabella's confession, consults with his fellow conspirators. Lodovico confirms that at least 3 people witnessed the queen's breakdown: the Duke of Sortino, his daughter Olinda, and the priest named Corneri. Gonzalo immediately begins to plan the murder or capture of the 3 in order to cover up the truth. He orders Isabella to be locked up in a convent, and with the story put out that the queen is mad. Isabella uncharacteristically meekly accepts Gonzalo's judgment. The usurper then exits, having an appointment with the ambassador of Alagada. I think I pronounced that like 3 or 4 different ways. Back in the lodgings of the city, Francisco brings Antonio news of the queen's imprisonment. Together they act to plan their revenge. Act 3. Petruchio and Gonzalo invite... Ooh, I scratched my eye and I forgot about my eyeliner. They invite Sortino to dinner. They then kill him and order the palace cooks to prepare the corpse for a stew. As a stew. Gonzalo orders Olinda, who witnessed the murder, to be locked up in the convent. Antonio fakes insanity in order to gain admittance to the convent. Warned of Antonio's coming, Isabella and her loyal servant Beatrice prepare to murder him during using a draught of poison. Antonio sees through their plan and forces Isabella to drink the poison, killing her. Meanwhile, Francisco gets lost within the convent and winds up freeing Olinda from her cell by accident. Act 4. In the palace, Gonzalo reports Lodovico that he has, in exchange for an unstated tribute, obtained a powerful and tasteless poison from the ambassador of Alagada. Gonzalo plans to poison the stew he made from the Duke of Sortino's corpse and feed it to the court, thus ensuring the suppression of the truth. Lodovico leaves the stage to carry out the usurper's plan. Gonzalo then has a brief moment of conscience. In a soliloquy, he describes the regret he carries for his sins, but is nonetheless unable to deviate from the path he has set. Meanwhile, Francisco introduces Alinda to Antonio. All three have escaped the coven. Alinda describes her father's murder in grisly terms. Antonio promises to marry her and make her his queen as soon as his revenge is complete. He then leaves to obtain a blade with which he plans to kill Gonzalo. There is a comedic interlude between a palace guard and Canary, a buffoonish priest. At the end of the scene, Lodovico enters and bids Canary to follow him. The priest is not seen on stage again. Act 5. The guests arrive at Gonzalo's banquet. Gonzalo once again offers a toast, this time to the ambassadors of the foreign nations who are present. The meal is served, however, before it can begin, Antonio enters. God damn. Thank you for the bless yous? Why does this remind me of Macbeth? See, I don't know Macbeth. Thank you for the bless yous. Alright, the meal is served. However, before it can begin, Antonio enters, bearing a signed confession he obtained from Petruchio off stage, which includes the details of Sforza's murder and proof of Antonio's lineage. Gonzalo is disposed by the outraged courtiers rather than murder him. However, Antonio instead decides to spare the usurper and let him accept exile to a monastery. He then orders Francisco to start making plans for his marriage to Linda. The play ends with a dance staged by courtiers. SCP-701 events. The produced form of the play that occurs during 701 events contains several deviations from the text as published. For a typical example, read what I already read. No. Not this one. Or not the one no. This one is what you need to read, apparently, for deviations. Okay. So, SCP involved? 701. Date, redacted, 19 redacted. Location expunged. Reports prepared by Dr. R redacted and J redacted. Is this not the same thing? Hold on. No, I did read this, didn't I? I did! I read this! Oh, I just read them in reverse. It's fine. Yeah, no, I read this one. You already read this. I don't know why they linked it twice. They linked it here and they linked it here. So that just threw me off. My bad. It's just so you can see the differences. Okay, so that's creepy. That's the play. Thank you, Ren. Creepy plays. What if someone were to read that? Exclamation point raffle if you want to pick another SCP. What if someone were to read that and decide to make a play of it? It is creepy. Hey. It's also creepy looking. That's a really good picture. Don't like that. Yeah, the picture is really good, but really creepy. Of the figure. Ooh woo. Alright, let's see how many more we can get through before I crash. Not literally, just... It's a lot of reading. Oh, Stardust! Did you pick a new one? Did you want to pick a new one? RJ is right. Creepy jams. Milkshade, thank you for the 5 party poppers. Thank you. All the love. Oh, I still haven't decided on one yet. No problem. No problem. We'll just pick a winner from this group then. Crowdree! Crowdree, you are the next picker. What SCP do you want me to read? Just make sure it's not from the list that is already there. I forgot to mention that when I said enter. F. 4062. Oop, there we go. Soggy doggy! What the fuck? Aww, it cute. Aww. Aww. Now I have to find a new SCP? Well, I don't think we'll be doing doubles today, I will say. Like, my goal is to kind of get everyone that's left. Because we're already past when I was planning to stream. So. And I was in the bathroom. Oh, Lisa. Okay, so SCP-4062. This is Crowdree's. Oh, no? Why, oh, no? It's safe. Not for today, but for future. Oh, okay, cool. No problem. It's a puppy. All right. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-4062 is to be held within a standard canine containment kennel furnished with a large dog bed, food dish, water bowl, and dog toys. 4062 is to be fed 600 grams of dry food, dog food, and walked by its assigned handler daily. In unregulated conditions, 4062 should not be submerged in order to prevent vapor explosions. So we don't want a soggy doggy. Description: 4062 is a male Ukrainian Shepherd dog at 64 centimeters in height and 48 kilograms in mass. Other than negligible senescence, 4062 exhibits no anomalous properties unless made wet. When wet, 4062 will shake continuously until its fur is completely dry. When partially covered in liquid, it rapidly shakes at a frequency that exponentially increases with the volume of liquid surrounding it. When fully submerged, 4062 shakes rapidly enough to boil water at standard pressure. In this state, 4062 requires no oxygen or food and displays anomalous tolerance of high temperature and pressure with no currently known limit. Once all liquid has boiled away and 4062 is dry, it will stop shaking and resume non-anomalous behavior. If 4062 cannot bring surrounding liquid to a boil or vapor is condensed and recirculated in a way that it remains submerged, 4062 will shake indefinitely. Addendum 1. 4062 was acquired when Foundation agents captured K-406, Soviet Navy Project 705, Lyra, attack submarine. On August 29th, 1983, after several Soviet submarine crews were infected with Redacted. Once forced to surface and searched for Redacted, it was noted that the vessel's reactor, expected to be a lead-cooled fast reactor like those of other Project 705 submarines, was of no known design. Disassembly revealed it to contain 4062, which was being used to generate steam for the reactor's turbines. No trace of Redacted was found. Following extensive interrogation, it was ruled that K-406's crew had no knowledge of their vessel's anomalous power supply, except for the sole engineer, Andrei Aleskandrov, henceforth referred to as a person of interest, 4062-13. Claimed to be a naval nuclear engineer by its crewmates and Soviet emissaries to the Foundation, POI 4062-13 insists he is a canine engineer and 1975 graduate of the Moscow Engineer Physics Institute, Canine Physics and Engineering Program. See interview log 4062-13-2. POI 4062-13's claims remain unsubstantiated. K-406's crew was repatriated on December 17th, 1983, following amnesis that excluding -13, who remains in Foundation custody. K-406 is stored at the site redacted shipyard. Materials produced by -13 have proven useful in manufacturing additional reactors and control systems to make use of 4062. Such systems like that recovered from submarine K-406 are not non-anomalous in construction and merely exploit the anomalous properties of 4062. Producing additional specimens of 4062, which -13 insists is a normal dog, has been unsuccessful as its clones and offspring display no anomalous characteristics. Agents embedded in Soviet and Russian governments have been unable to obtain additional information concerning canine water boiling reactors or canine engineering programs. Hi, Eric. Welcome, welcome. You can hug the doggo, just not when he's wet. Yeah. Vapor explosion? It's only unhuggable when it's wet. 4045 seems really weird. I mean, there's a lot of SCPs that are weird. Oh my god. So, addendum. Interview log 4062-13-2. Interview -13. Interviewer, Dr. Dementiev. Forward. The following preliminary interview was conducted on September 30th, 1983 in an attempt to determine the origin of 4062 and its relation to -13. Begin log. Skip to 8 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm a graduate of Canine Physics and Engineering program. I do not understand why that is unusual for a naval canine engineer. According to contacts from your government, Mr. Alexandrov, you are a nuclear engineer and graduate from Moscow Engineering Physics Institution, Nuclear Physics and Engineering program. I have no knowledge of this nuclear, as you say. Nuclear. Nuclear. I don't fucking know how to pronounce shit. You have been working on, that nuclear attack submarine, K-406. You confuse me. My submarine, K-968, is that class. It is powered by canine water boiling reactor, reinforced to prevent explosion in case of hull breach. Very standard technology, yes? No. You do not know of canine reactor? All tensions with America are from canine technology. Canine reactor, canine bomb, canine missile. Canine bomb? Missile? Yes, both countries have many such weapons now. Geopolitical situation is very complicated. Let's come back to that later. Can you explain again how a dog can boil water? He sighs and grabs his notebook. It's basic physics. Let me draw a diagram. And log. So this thing is legit a hot dog. I mean, I'm doing good, Eric. How are you doing? Good pick. I've never heard of Soggy Dog, and I like him. Soggy Dog. Interesting read. So, exclamation point raffle. If you want to pick an SCP. He cute. It's been a lazy day. I get that. Happy Halloween. I have a feeling Finders is like the shortest recorded SCP on record. And that's the only reason I'm letting you to re-enter. Okay. I can probably do 1 or 2 more. It depends on what the next one's length is. I actually found one. Okay. Stardust is after whoever we pick next. Why is Cat bullying me? It's more that you already got an opportunity and it's the longest one we read. So it better be the shortest is my point. Yeah, Halloween event. Hell yeah. Remember before picking an SCP to look through the SCPs that I have already read and the ones we banned. So that way it's not what we pick. Or like it's not what you pick. The Animal Crossing event is nice. I'll be doing that later. So much bully. Alright, ready? Ready? Had to skim through the one I decided to make sure there weren't any triggering topics in it. Okay. Darkshade, you won. Let me know what SCP you would like me to read. But I feel like we could definitely do this again. So that way we can get more. 4155. Cortana, I don't control it. I'm sorry. I know there's a handful of people that haven't been picked at all, too. 4155. Soft serve kittens? What? It's eyeless. Poor things. I'd be so down to do this again. Yeah. Alright. I'm sorry, my throat's just starting to hurt from reading so much. So SCP-4155. Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. 47 specimens of 4155 are currently contained at Site 4155, which has been established around their natural habitat to monitor the population's health and restrict civilian access. Measures are to be taken to ensure that 4155 maintains enough numbers to support a viable breeding population on site, as all attempts to breed 4155 in captivity have failed. This includes biannual health checkups by a feline veterinarian, anonymous donations to conserve efforts, and the breeding of tricolored bats in captivity to bolster the falling numbers of wild bats in the Chicago area. Okay, naked kitty. You mean besides next year? Yeah. I mean, like, you know, sometime next month or the month after. But I do need to take care of my throat, so I can't, unfortunately, get to everyone, or else I might be here like 7 or 8 hours. Alright, where was I? And the other problem is the longer we go, the more people that keep stopping by, so I can't get through everyone because more people keep going into the raffle, which is great. But yeah, that's preventing us from being able to get through everyone, so more opportunities, the better. This would be a good one for streams with a partner or similar. Take turns? Possibly, yeah, that too. That might be good. Alright. For 4155... -1 may not be impeded in its monthly routine without written permission from at least one level 4 personnel. An area along the north boundary of Site 4155 has been excluded from surveillance to better facilitate 4155's-1's activities. Description: 4155 is an eyeless, furless variety of cat native to a small limestone cave system located on the outskirts of Chicago. All members of SCP-4155 have abnormally elongated limbs and exhibit partial ableism and severe neoteny? I don't know what that is. Specimens of 4155 continually secrete a white substance through the pores of their skin. Chemical analysis of this substance has found it to be near identical to the soft serve ice cream sold by several major fast food franchises. These secretions will gradually build up over the course of a month to a thickness approximately 2 centimeters in locations that correspond with to fur on non-anomalous kittens. The production of this substance is entirely anomalous, as vivisection has found nothing unusual about 4155's physiology, and its diet does not include the requisite carbohydrates to produce the quantity of sugar found in its secretions. 4155 feeds primarily on the tricolor bat colony with which it shares its habitat. It is an ambush predator, hunting by clinging to the ceiling and grabbing at the bats when they return to roost. The odor of SCP-4155 secretions has been observed to interest the bats, lending credence to the theory that its anomalous properties evolved as a strategy to attract prey. -1 refers to a male humanoid, generally 15 to 20 years of age, wearing a red and yellow Ronald McDonald costume on the 7th day of each month. An instance of 4155-1 will manifest in an unobserved location within the vicinity of 4155, carrying a plastic bucket and stainless steel dessert spatula. -1 will then proceed into the cave and collect the secretions from each member of 4155, removing the substance from their skin with the spatula and disposing it into a bucket. After -1 has harvested each member of the population, it will exit the cave and demanifest. What the fuck? There's sweet ice cream. Cat and River, Cat or Fender. Yeah. I hear peppermint tea helps with sore throat. Yeah, I just need to rest it. I blame Squidbot and only Squidbot. That's fair. Okay. Now we know where McDonald's ice cream comes from. That's amazing. Addendum A, interview log 4155-1-A. Date 7/05/1998. Interviewed -1. Interviewer Dr. Helen Masters. Forward. After careful observation of -1's activities for several months, permission was granted to detain -1 for questioning. Begin log. Hey, are you guys cops? Because if you are cops, I think I'm supposed to call my lawyer. We are not police officers, sir, and you are not in trouble. We just have a few questions, if you don't mind. Can you tell us your name? Sure, I guess. It's Ronnie. Ronnie MacArthur. And, oh God. Ronnie MacArthur. Oh my God. And who do you work for, Mr. MacArthur? Macus? I mean, can't you tell? It's just a summer job, though. I mean, it's not like it's a career path in it. Scratch his nose. Don't want to be doing this when I'm 30 or whatever, no offense. Can you explain what you mean by this? What exactly were you doing in the cave? Harvesting ice cream. For what purpose? What do you mean what purpose? It's ice cream. Someone's gotta. They'd have to sell the substitute if we don't. Substitute? Yeah, you don't want to know what that comes from. Look, missus, I appreciate the interest and all, but if I'm not in trouble, I really should get going. My bucket's only half full, and they're gonna dock my pay if I'm late. Just 1 or 2 more, if you don't mind. Where do you take the ice cream? I just drop it back at the warehouse. I guess they deliver it to the restaurants from there. I've never really thought about it that much. And how do you reach the warehouse? Oh, I've got a car just outside. We haven't seen any vehicle. Well, yeah, it's outside. I see. Well, thank you for your time. And, oh, I've got to ask, for my own curiosity more than anything, why the getup? Ah, damn it. Did you have to mention it? It's embarrassing enough that they make me wear this without people drawing attention to it. But why, though? I don't know. It's just what they make us wear. I see. I apologize for embarrassing you, Mr. MacArthur. Thank you for your time. Security, please escort -1 to the holding facility. You're what? Wait, what? End log. Addendum B, incident report, 1998 containment breach. Containment breach? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. It's slang for McDonald's? Oh. Oh my God. McFlurry. Yes. All right. Date 7/05/1998 through 16. So this is May 7th, 1998 through June 16th, 1998. So a month-ish. A little over. Forward. On May 7th, 1998, -1 was detained on site in a temporary facility for additional interrogation and research of its manifestation abilities. This action resulted in a notable containment breach, as well as the discovery of a previously unknown anomalous phenomenon, documented below. All right. So on May 7th, -1 is detained by the Foundation. May 13th. First reported case of McDonald's owned soft serve machines in the Chicago area anomalously, producing a salty black goop when used, regardless of what substance they were loaded with. Excuse me, the substance itself is confirmed by chemical analysis to be edible and non-anomalous, consisting primarily of yeast extract and salt. Despite being harmless, the anomalous manner in which the substance was created represents a breach of normalcy, necessitating confiscation of the machines. May 14th. First reported cases of black substance being produced by soft serve machines outside the state of Illinois. May 15th. Anomalous behavior continues to spread. -1 is released from custody and allowed to demanifest in an attempt to prevent or possibly reverse an ongoing anomalous effect. It does not. May 16th. The Foundation assets managed to force a recall of soft serve machines in the United States on a basis of hygiene concerns. May 17th. First reported cases of black substance being produced by soft serve machines outside of the U.S. MTF Lambada 18, Hamburglers Helpers, is commissioned by the O5 Council and begins embedding in all as yet unaffected restaurants in anticipation for further spread of anomalous behavior. May 19th, MTF Lambada 18 proves effective at sabotaging soft serve machines before they begin to exhibit anomalous properties, but is unable to keep up with the rate of spread. May 21st, Foundation assets managed to force a global recall of all soft serve machines owned by the McDonald's Corporation. May 24th, last known soft serve machine not exhibiting anomalous behavior begins producing black substance. June 7th, a new instance of -1 noted to have different skin tone, hair color, and substantially less acne than the previous instance, manifests at Site 4155 and is allowed to complete its task. June 8th, confiscated soft serve machines begin returning to non-anomalous operations. June 11th, last reported case of confiscated soft serve machine behaving in an anomalous behavior. June 16th, recall is lifted. Confiscated machines are returned to manufacturer. MTF Lambada 18 is disbanded by the O5 Council. Closing statement. In total, this incident necessitated Foundation assets embedded in 7,500 restaurants and the recall, confiscation, or sabotage of more than 22,000 soft-serve machines worldwide. McDonald's employees who demonstrated excessive interest in the anomaly, 11 in total, were detained and they have amnesia now. Happy Halloween, Suit Gomez! Oh my fucking god. How is this not a J entry? It's fucking Marmite or Vegemite? Fuck's sake. I'm surprised this is not a J entry. This is amazing. I love this. You gotta get every last drop if the drink is good enough. Oh, me? Cat, it's empty. Give it up. No. No, I want ice cream, right? Oh, that was amazing. Thank you for that one, Darkshade. Maybe this explains why there's so many broken ice cream machines at Mickey D's. That's good point. So Stardust, what's the one that you want me to read? And we'll have that be the last one. Wow, wow, wow. SCP-408. All right. Too far? Illusory butterflies. All right. Okay. So incidences, unless it's this. No, this is an interview log. Okay. My time has come. All right. So, item SCP-408. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. The screen mesh aviary must be kept properly maintained by level 2 personnel with backgrounds in biology or lepidoptery. Proper humidity must be maintained and recorded once per day and backed up to Site 17. 200 feeders filled with an aqueous sugar solution are to be maintained and refilled once per week. Description. 408 is a large mass of Lepidoptera, taking the appearance of zebra butterflies when not camouflaged. 408 acts as a single entity at all times, speculated to be a form of hive mind communication amongst the mass. When inactive, 408 will take on the color, pattern, and even texture of its immediate surroundings, making them functionally invisible. When threatened, 408 has been observed to take on the form and appearance of a number of threatening creatures as a defense method, including a pride of lions, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and most notably, 682. All right! The Angie Lizard! SCP-408 possesses the ability to communicate and reason, utilizing its ability to manipulate its color into words and sentences to reply to researchers. IQ tests administered to 408 have evaluated its IQ to be 109, or slightly above average. However, when a part of the swarm is isolated, lower scores have been reported, resulting in the theory that 408 shares a cognitive capacity amongst the entirety of the swarm. As of redacted, 408 prefers to be identified as its SCP number. 408 was discovered in redacted Brazil after reports that locals and lodging teams found their maps to be frequently inaccurate regarding the size of the rainforest. After reports of animal sightings not local to either the Brazilian rainforest and some not found on Earth at all, Foundation agents began an investigation resulting in the discovery of 408. After learning it was intelligent, Dr. Redacted, who accompanied the agents in the field, communicated with 408 and convinced it to accompany him to Site 17 where their current habitat exists. Addendum 408-A. Regarding SCP-408's knowledge of 682, an investigation is underway regarding this leak of information. Incident 408-A. Due to a failure by appropriate personnel to properly refill 408's feeders, the swarm took it upon itself to find sustenance by its own means. Taking the appearance of several Level 1 personnel, SCP-408 convinced a passerby to open the door to the aviary, upon which they made an escape into the Site 17 facility. For the whole of the day, Site 17 personnel reported an alarming series of irregular events ranging from color-changing walls to several dozen versions of SCP-5000 walking down the hallway. Half a kitty! It's a small house cat with gray tabby markings. Parts of the animal to the rear of the end of the rib cage appear to be missing. The body terminates sharply as if sliced in two. In spite of this, the animal has no health problems. It moves about as if its hindquarters was still in place. Alright. So apparently they were being half a cat. Josie! I can do that afterwards, Sue Gomez. Alright, let me just finish this SCP. Walking down the hallway. Site 17 was placed on lockdown and Delta level alert when it appeared that, well, I assume you have the points. Several half-cats. Yeah, several half-cats. Was placed on lockdown and Delta level alert when it appeared that 90% of the containment units had been breached. Dr. Kondraki, head of research for 408, had been out on assignment that day, and it wasn't until his return that the illusion had been revealed. And in short order, 408 has returned to its aviary. Little damage was done except to the faculty break room, which was left without proper sweeteners for the next week. Note, it may be just sugar water, but without it, 408 is prone to mischief, as we clearly saw yesterday. It's fortunate that it doesn't act maliciously, but think about others next time you slack off custodial duties. Think about yourself as well, as I will not tolerate having to use sweet and low in my morning coffee for very long. Dr. Kondraki. Oh, thank you, Sue Gomez. I just wanted to make sure. Addendum 408-B. Recent field testing has shown that SCP-408 can act as an effective form of active invisibility when ordered to. 408 was able to conceal 5 Level 2 personnel and keep them undetected throughout the facility. Tests show the concealment to operate at 99.997% efficiency and can be maintained for up to 5 hours without need for rest or recuperation. The option of lending 408 to task forces for covert operations is pending approval. 408-6 Addendum. During Incident 239-B, KatFTWynn. Oh, shit. Okay. I will say I do not have the throat to read all of this. If that's okay. Because that's a lot. So a lot of half-cats. Several dozen, yeah. Is that okay, Stardust? Oh, that's fine. Okay. I'll put it in chat if you guys want to read it in the future. The incident that happened with him specifically. Okay. Which SCP-408 was heavily involved in. A number of corpses left by Dr. Clef vanished in an aftermath of the event. Surveillance showed that at certain times, the entire swarm of 408 would descend on the body, only to leave no trace of the corpse behind. Subsequent testing shows a proportional increase in IQ, although a lack of cooperation when questioned has shed no light on this development. Interview log 408-C. Interviewer Dr. Redacted Sakai. Interviewee 408. Dr. Sakai is seated within the aviary while 408 hovers around a large feeding trough filled with sugar water. I'll start off by asking how you're recovering. You seem to have lost quite a bit of your mass after the 531D termination. What is that? This is something else. Keter terminated. See below. Subject seems to have the ability to affect and alter the universe by will alone. No knowledge of how this is possible has been gained, but we do know that the subject's mood seems to be the main form of control he has over his abilities. Well, he's dead now, I guess. Alright. 408 responds by uniformly creating words on one another. Kondraki, where? I'm his substitute for the interview, as he happens to be busy adjusting to his new promotion. Lots of paperwork, I'm told. A moment goes by. Fine, recover, good, food, good. How exactly do you replenish your numbers? Complicated, don't know word. Was Dr. Kondrakai the one who taught you to speak? Yes, teach a lot. He taught you, but how do you communicate with him? Don't know word, lost in space. You lost the part you knew? Yes, I forgot until return. Next question then. What happened with SCP-91 ARC and you during the incident a few months ago? So I'm assuming this has to do with the big event that happened. All intents and purposes, a deciduous tree approximately 4 meters in height and a variable of approximately meters. What the hell? Okay. Despite classification as flora, it displays prominent feminine characteristics. Okay. Pretty, smell familiar, long time. You mean you'd smelled it before? Yes, long before people. Are you saying you predate human existence? No response from 408. Never mind, doesn't matter. Last question. The doctor closes the interview questionnaire and sets it onto the ground. What is the nature of your relationship with Dr. Kondrakai? He think, right, he right. That's not what I mean. Logs show that you're with him out of containment almost all the time now. Dr. Kondrakai has been breaching protocol by letting you out of containment. I don't know what. You're going to admit this to me so I can bring it before oversight. Do you know what I was doing before that schmuck snatched me up as an assistant? I was head of research from the entire subhuman safe SCP sector. Now I'm interviewing a damn insect. I will have him thrown out. Oversight won't let him get away with this. 408 proceeds to approximate a laugh as described in the log as a caricatured face displayed by 408. Are you laughing at me? I'm about to have your little friend terminated and you're having a chuckle? 408 shifts to display a new image, which was presumed to be a live feed of Dr. Kondrakai in his new office. No, that's not possible. I read the damn logs. You can't do that. You can't do that. The doctor attempts to damage 408. Guards later found the doctor huddled in a fetal position, displaying symptoms similar to post-traumatic stress syndrome. Okay. Oh, it was a cat? The cat was terminated? No. Well. Interesting. So they really like the doctor. She apparently does not. But we read them. We read them. And also I will do a quick tarot card reading. But yeah. That's pretty grim, but it had butterflies, so that's why it caught my attention. That's fair. Raffle. Finder, that was the last one. I said 1 to 2, and then I forgot Stardust needed to give me 1, so that was 2. My throat hurts. It's very sore. Or it like feels rough and dry, if that's what makes sense. But I love you. Poor kitty. I know. Alright, so what card is good for Suit Gomez? SCPs are great. Rough and Dry is my stripping name? God damn it. Ow. What card is good for Sukumas? This one. It is the 8 of Wands. Looks like that. And that means core meaning, swift movement. I think there's 2 paragraphs to this one. If you receive this card, you may feel very pleased if you have been making plans and hoping they will come together. This card is a positive signal that they will indeed unfold as you hope, and quite soon. On the other hand, if you have had a feeling of unease, like something bad is about to occur, you won't be so happy to see this card. Even in this case, though, you have options if you are willing to take the consequences. That speedy, beautiful formation of wands can be turned to chaos fairly easily. The resulting mess might be worse, or it might not. Are you willing to risk it? So basically, it's a fucking YOLO! But I hope that helps Sue Gomez. Looks creepy? No, it's like a catapult of a bunch of wands. Like a steampunk catapult. I hope so, Sue Gomez. So that is your card, and I hope it helps. But we're gonna go and raid someone. I'm just gonna leave this here since we're done. Is that what you were gonna have me read? Object class redacted. Special containment procedures. In a box in my office. Description. It's a rock that makes you procrastinate. Addendum. Probably mimetic or something. I'll finish writing this up later. Dr. Vang. I knew you'd find the shortest! SCP-redacted - well, not even redacted. It's just not there. .j. Well played. Excuse me. Good thing mine was longer than Finder's. Well, then I would have just picked another one anyway. Or, like, that would... yeah. I mean, either way. But we did it! So, thank you guys so much for joining me on Halloween. They procrastinate on giving it a number. Exactly. That's literally what it's insinuating, and I love it. So good. But... we're gonna go and raid someone. Pass you guys along on to another lovely bean that's streaming on Halloween. Heck yes. They procrastinated on everything. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on Halloween. I hope you guys have safe and lovely Halloweens. Please take care of yourselves. Sorry for the short stop. It's okay. Excuse me, cat. What? Do you mean what? I love this stream, cat. I'm glad you guys love this. Hollow streaming? You know what? This is why? But thank you guys so much. A reminder that I will post to you guys about stuff going on today, or stuff going on with like DMCA stuff, like with copyright content clips. Remember, find your favorite clips. I'll make a group in Discord where you guys can put your favorite clips there from the channel before I delete them all eventually. I will still give you guys a heads up when that's going to be. It won't be for a couple weeks unless something forces my hand, but assuming we have time, it'll be a couple weeks. So find your favorite clips to get ready to give to me. If you're not in the Discord, tweet me them, your favorite clips. And also, again, download your favorite VODs. We're going to start deleting 2017s, but again, they're all on YouTube. They should be, except for art streams. So, just so you guys know. Most, if not all. But have a lovely Halloween and stay safe, guys. Stay super safe. There's a lot of people very excited about Halloween. Which rightfully so. There is a lot. Let's see. There's so many people. There is a lot of people, guys. Holy crap. So, let's go give some love to... I might want to download one art stream. Go for it. Let's go raid Oxy, who is currently putting on some demon-looking makeup. Yo. And I think that is her... possibly her significant other, I think, that's streaming with her. So they have 2 webcams going on. And they're playing Outlast 2. So, if you guys don't know Oxy, she's super sweet. She also has an owl, which is infinitely loading right now. The cam is loading. But she does have an owl that she does a cam with as well. And she's super sweet. I highly recommend her. She loves Zelda, everything. Like, she has Zelda-themed emotes and stuff. Go give her some love. If you guys need something to say, copy and paste this to 1, make sure it works, but 2, to let me know you're coming with. You can also say Happy Halloween. And let's go raid Oxy. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys after the break. Remember, I am off this whole next week doing a staycation where I'm going to take a break and take care of myself. So you guys do the same. Bookmark the SCP for next time. Yes. But have a happy Halloween. And I'll see you guys in a week. In just over a week. So take care of yourselves. Oh, Jigsaw, you might need to copy and paste from the /me and after an emote. But thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.